Hi, guys. Welcome back to the BreakRoomPodcast. I know we've been gone for a while. COVID sucks, but we got some exciting stuff for you. Right now, we finally got the team together. Finally. It's been like a freaking month.
Boys,
we've been doing some toy hunts. It's been a lot of fun. I went back to one of my old passions, toy collecting. Unfortunately, my wallet is not happy about it. But we had a lot of fun adventures. We hit Android Comics out in, I believe it's Sayville. I was able to pick up a He-Man, Superman crossover comic from the 80s. And then, of course, I ended up picking up these guys. And you can see in one of our clips, I picked up the Turtles Cobra Kai crossover series.
Mercious for the week.
And I absolutely love this show. And what's really funny is I watched the show with my dad. My dad loves watching it.
Put him in the body bag, yeah!
And, I've been a Turtles fan longer than I have teeth, so it made sense to make the purchase. I tried not to, and you could see I made a valiant effort trying not to make the purchase, but I ultimately succumbed to the plastic crack that is toys.
That's right.
He's hurting me in ways he knows he can hurt me.
Yes, yeah.
That's my favorite line from the whole thing.
And then we grabbed some Texas taco. The place was really good.
That hot sauce.
We got the hot sauce. There's this place called it's based out of here on Long Island. It's JB's Under the Table hot sauce, and there's this one called Peppers Baby Peppers. And it elevates
fucking
the taste to anything.
The best hot sauce I've ever had in my life.
It was I would say the same.
It was so good ever. Hands down.
I mean, I'm not the type of person to like pour shit on my food, but like I was pouring that shit on my food.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah. But toys have been crazy. I know you got some stuff from Mitch from Hassel. But what's really crazy in toy news, in my world anyway, is that I have always been a buyer. I have never, ever been a seller of my collection. I'm like a fucking dragon for toys. I just sit on my hoards and I can't like let them go because of nostalgia and some kind of mental block. I don't know. But I have a little plastic stock market that goes up and up and up in my attic. So I can't really be too angry about it, you know. But like, I actually got Mitch from Hassel Toys to come over and look at the collection, and actually sold some stuff for the first time ever. Nice. Shout out to Mitch.
Shout out, Mitch.
I sold my carded Jack Pacific Rocky collection.
Oh, Rocco.
I got rid of some titanium Star Wars figures that came out for the 40th anniversary of Star Wars.
Nice.
Got rid of a couple miscellaneous other figures and stuff, and
Newer Star Wars stuff.
And
right?
I made some room in my attic, so now I can play a little bit easier game of Tetris to try to get to all my shit.
The Covenant is still up there, though, right?
What's that?
The Covenant's still up there?
The Covenant?
The Covenant of the Ark?
Oh, you mean the Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah, that. The Arbiter's upstairs, right?
Yeah, no, the Ark is still up there. I would never sell my Indiana Jones toys. In fact, if anything, if any collectors out there want to comment, I'm looking for the German truck. From that line. That's the only piece I'm missing from the entire line. Now, some of the stuff is in the box and some of it's not. I've got the Streets of Cairo playset in the box. I've got the map room in the box, but I have the Well of Souls, but it's complete. It's just loose. And a lot of the other figures are loose, but
Lucy's.
I love that line.
Lucy's?
And what's really crazy is my dad remembers when he went to the store and saw there was a whole wall of these Indiana Jones toys. And he bought one because he loved the movie. And then he was like, I might want another one. And when he went back, they were all gone, and he never saw them again. And now they're like extremely rare, and they're worth a lot of money. And
that's
I'm proud to say my Indy still has his whip and his pistol, so sitting pretty.
Nice. There you go.
I mean, it's good that it's an investment,
It is, because people are always like, "Oh, you collect toys," but now, like, who's laughing? You can't undrink the beers or undo the drugs you did, But I can sell the toys for more than I spent on them. So
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Tis.
That's this whole the whole toy hunting thing has been really interesting to me because I don't have as much of an interest in it as you guys are, as you guys do, but it's still like really interesting to see all these places that are like they just hordes of shit.
Well, they're relics of the old age.
That's what I mean, though.
It's almost like a museum where you can
yeah.
buy the pieces at. That's really what I look at it like. Because
like walking into like 1994, 1989.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
what
a
gets
Blast from the
me
Past is
nostalgia
really
of
good
it
for
all.
that because they've got a
Like,
great
when I-
selection there.
When I go with you guys, you know, I'm trying not to spend like money on it, to be honest, and I don't have a lot of like space. That's also
my
becomes
problem.
a thing.
I don't have space.
That's everybody's problem.
I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah, I really don't.
This is what
But
created the attic dilemma because if I was able to put my shit out, it would make your like eyes turn
be
to
very
stars.
impressive,
It would be like, holy shit, look at all this stuff.
Gotta do a pop-up
But it's
shop,
all
sell
just
some
like
of this
bins,
stuff.
and it breaks my heart because I fucking love my toys. I didn't buy them because I'm gonna sell them later. I bought them because this means something to me. Each little piece.
I feel like
I
every time
remember
he breaks-
getting it. I remember,
Every time you break something out, it's like you have a story behind
Oh,
it.
of
You
course.
remember.
It's not like,
everything.
I have these boxes
It's
of toys and they
crazy.
mean nothing to me.
It's
It's
not
not
like-
like-
yeah, it's not quite a
God.
hoarder's thing, but yeah, you do have a story with everything you pull out.
See,
In fact, I brought a little friend out.
Sorry, there we go.
This is one of my rarest figures.
Give me a little Sarge, Rob.
Eddie disease, give your hearts to America, Joes, because your butts belong to me.
Maggots.
There's only two ways out of my camp: on your feet or in a bag, an itty ditty bitty bag.
You know, the whole toy thing, it baffles me, though. I didn't grow up with them, really. I had a bin of Star Wars toys and Dragon Ball toys.
You're
And
from the digital age.
well, I mean,
I'm also gonna say
I
that
was
the
more
toys
Legos.
from your generation weren't on the par.
Lego stuff?
I feel like they were focusing
Lego
more
stuff?
on video
Toys
games.
from his generation suck.
I was about to say.
Think about this.
It's a
Video games were much more mainstream in your upbringing, so you probably have more
way.
Xbox memories than toy memories. Whereas
playing with toys.
I come from a generation where there was a heavy balance between the toy and video game realm.
I remember
So
being
it was a
outside
big
with the
battle.
Army
It's like
men,
you
setting
still
up
playing with your
battles,
toys, you're
doing
still
all that
playing
shit
with
when
video
I was a
games. There was a
kid, you know what I mean?
balance there. I feel like the digital age was the world succumbed to the digital age more in your childhood.
So my thing when I grew up is that, because for those that don't know, I think I'm about a bit younger than everyone else here.
bit?
A bit, yeah, a bit.
Yeah, thank you for not pointing out exactly how.
Yeah, let's see. I'm only like 2 years younger. It's all right.
Yeah, not the way I feel.
For when I grew up, at least, the way it worked for me was that I grew up with a lot of sports and Legos, and then when I hit middle school was really when video games for me became a prominent thing. I think 6th or 7th grade in particular was when I got my first actual console that I owned, not my dad owned, because he used to have a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, he had an NES, all that. But I got a
Your
360.
dad played video games.
Oh yeah.
That's how young you are. Like
My
our
dad-
dads had no idea what a video game was.
I can't say that because my dad
was
had
not,
Atari.
but-
All right, but that's like
But I grew up with more Legos than actual toys. I had a lot of the older, not old, older, but I had a lot of Star Wars sets, a couple Harry Potter sets. Like my favorite Star Wars set was after I got to see Episode 3 in theaters. They had a set where it was Anakin and Obi-Wan dueling on Mustafar. And it was the bridge.
I've got the high ground,
the
Anakin.
bridge
Don't
they run
try
across
it.
that burns and falls into the lava.
Underestimate my power.
But there were little springs that you would put the Legos
Are they
on.
magnet or something?
I think so, and you'd put them on there, and you'd fling them across that, when they go to hit each other.
You're my
across.
brother, Anakin. I loved you.
That was one of my favorites, and then I had an old X-wing and stuff. But I mean, now sweet to your question, what do I collect? That's a great question, really. I don't know. I have a few things I collect. I mean, in my heart, I would love to collect sneakers, but I can't afford it, and I don't have the space for it.
Welcome to
I'm
my life.
I'm a sneakerhead at heart.
I fucking
but
hate sneakerheads.
not in my wallet.
I fucking hate sneakerheads. I really do.
All right, give me my
hate
toy back. I want it
sneakerheads.
back.
You're not a sneakerhead. You're not like a sneakerhead.
Yeah,
one of those
75
people.
pairs of
What
Air
do you mean?
Jordans
He's
in my
got-
house.
yeah,
It's
it's
75
Joe-
pairs of Air
Joe is
Jordans.
the-
You're a
Joe is
fucking
one of the biggest sneakerheads
psychopath.
I've ever met.
I'm retired though. I retired in 2018, so it's okay.
I
You
collect.
That's that
you were
picture
a
looking at.
toy collector retired too, weren't you? But
Oh no! So speaking of that, I mean, I've been going on a tear. I don't know if at some point we can post a haul over the last 2 months.
I never liked
of,
that cough
everything
drop.
that we've. You don't like hauls? You rather have tums. But just to show you how addicting toy hunting can be, we took Sweet toy hunting for the first time, and he spent more money than
I
all
got-
three of
I
us
got more than
combined.
any of them
He spent more money than all three of
probably.
us combined in the
I just
past
said that
2
there's
A
an
months.
echo
lot of
in
that
here.
was N64 games.
I do love the referee though.
Buying
1,
N64 games.
Oh yeah,
2,
yeah. When we post the
3.
toy hunt, you guys will see. We got some really exciting stuff, just fun stuff from we grew up. Actually, boys
Yeah.
in the background here got this for me today.
Good God Almighty, he killed him.
Yeah, it's,
That's it. He's dead.
The greatest,
Jim Ross,
the
toy.
greatest
That's WWF.
announcer that
It's gonna
ever
be
lived.
25 years. Speaking of markups, look at that. It used to be $5, and now we're talking 45. Which honestly, I'm shocked that you were able to find this, Joe. I really am.
That's a
And
lot.
that for me, that's the most exciting part about these toy hunts. Is for me, it's a hunt. Like the
You
fact
just
that they
came out to
have some
hang
of
out,
these
and then you
toys.
started like you started going through a barrel of loose figures.
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
was
Chris,
it.
what the fuck are you digging
It's
for?
easy to get the bug because
he got
like
the bug.
once you
He's like, I want a Shawn
you
Michaels
had-
figure that I had from childhood, and he couldn't find it, and it's right fucking above his head.
I told him. I said to Joe, I said, I'm looking for Shawn Michaels with blue like zebra pants.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's the one up there in the collection I'm telling you about with everybody else.
He's like, huh? What?
Yeah, it was in
Wait,
a.
how much?
150.
It was originally 150, and then Joe talked him down to
Yeah.
100 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Talked him down 50
But it was 4 toys in one
Did
box.
some research to see like is
I
this
know.
thing-
I know what prices.
The box was fucked up. The box
Oh,
was.
that box
Oh,
was
okay.
rough shit.
Hey, I mean, I'm happy
Yeah,
to
it was
have
a
it with the
dented
box
box.
because it is cool to see the
Well,
box.
He
but
put
it's fucked up.
like blue tape
Listen,
over
when it
the
comes to
seam as
wrestling
well.
figures, I am the fucking Rob of wrestling figures. So as much as Rob loves He-Man, you know, old school, you know, original Star Wars, I'm the wrestling guru of the crew. So when I saw that,
Whoa.
well,
Back up,
I
back
mean,
up.
back up. When I saw the Jim Ross figure, I was like, oh, he's looking for this last time and he couldn't find it,
But-
and it's on card in the fucking box still. Let me grab it for him.
Exactly the toy too. I told him he's got the red
Son of a
Raw
bitch!
War. Son of a bitch!
Where'd you
That
get it?
man's got a family.
Where'd you get it from?
witness. He's broken in half.
Where'd you get those from?
Yeah, so shout out to Mitch and Hastel Toys in Medford. Awesome store. He's got mostly wrestling figures in there, but he's got a little bit of everything.
A lot of Ghostbusters stuff too. His car is a Ghostbusters car.
I got a. Rob, you wanna
Play-Dohs.
tell him about this? Who this is? Behind door number 2.
Oh, we got the Super Shredder, aka Kevin Nash from Ninja
sexy.
Turtles 2.
Yeah, Secret of the Ooze. Really cool NECA figure.
Great movie.
love those
Super
movies.
Shredder from
First
Secret of the
two?
Ooze,
My
Teenage
God.
Mutant Ninja Turtles
They're on
Part
Netflix,
2.
That was Kevin Nash.
That was Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash's first starring role in a.
beat the shit out of him.
Shout out to Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I have
When he went on to play the Russian in the Punisher, one of my
that.
favorite That's to this day one of my
Supposed to be the
favorite
best
Marvel
Marvel.
movies of all time. He's supposed to be dead.
I have a great time quoting that one.
I do have a
That one's
question.
So good.
I have a question for you, Vin, because when we go on all of these, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times you're usually the cameraman.
He got the bug.
And you're not as big of a buyer like me. Me and you aren't really buyers on these. I bought a few comics on our last one.
Yeah.
No figures yet, but I
Yet.
bought a book. I'm more into statues than figures, but
I'll give you a statue.
what's your whole like background on, or like what's your interest in it? I guess is the better question to ask.
I mean, for me, growing up, you know, I had the toys and stuff like that, but I moved around a lot, so stuff got kind of lost. You know,
You had
getting
wrestling
away.
toys when a kid?
A few.
Which
Wrestling
ones did
was.
you
I
have?
remember I had like the wrestling, the pillow.
Oh, the wrestling buddies?
Yeah. That
It's
was
all one of
great.
those. How much was that going for, Rob?
They
$150.
wanted 150
The
for
Hulkster.
the Hulkster.
And it was in decent condition. It was
He
a
had,
little
he had
stain
a
on
couple
it.
of stains in some noticeable
It's a lot of money
places.
for a pillow.
And
would
I saw
say-
that Mitch actually has a Randy Savage pillow now.
Yeah.
He just got that in.
Find an Eric Bischoff one. Let me know.
Randy
They made a pillow pal of Eric
There's
Bischoff.
a pillow pal of Eric
And
Bischoff.
Bret Hart.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the Diamond
I-
Dallas
that's crazy.
Page
Yeah,
one
that's
too.
the thing. The money, like, I don't like getting
That
into
one
like
talked.
heavy
He
duty.
just got married.
Eddie, congratulations. DDP.
Collecting because I know what it means. I
Congrats,
don't have like storage for
Bang!
this shit.
It's an investment.
I have a lot of like, you know what it is? I grew up. I have like a lot of sports collectibles. I have stuff back, you know, where I'm, where I lived. That's like, you know, cards, football cards, baseball cards, you name it. When it comes to like collectibles, figurines, especially Green Bay Packers stuff. I have
Like
a ton.
McFarlane, like NFL figures?
And not even. Well, yeah, a few of those. You remember like the Topps figures?
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Starting lineups.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I definitely have like a shitload of those. I have like memorabilia stuff. I don't have like, you know, I think my parents got into the Beanie Baby thing, so I probably have a bunch of just original Beanie
Could be
Babies.
gold in there. Those are worth a lot of
Shit.
money.
That's true. I do have to. Now that we've been doing this, that's the thing that sparks in my mind the most. Is like, oh, I should go like take a look through this shit and start googling everything.
Yep.
And saying, oh, like, oh,
The
this
best
is
way
worth
to do is
$12.
go on eBay and see what it's sold for.
Yeah.
And that's usually how these guys price their stuff too.
So that's kind of my thing.
It's a lot
Don't
more
sell
easy
it
to
on
understand
eBay.
than
It's like they take
NFTs.
20%.
And I will say, I also played, video games and stuff like that. Like, I would say the toy phase from to about like 10 years old, really. Right after that, pretty much moved on. So the
Video
combination
games,
of like moving around and having to get rid of things and things not being able to come with us. Yeah, video games.
So like baseball cards, football cards, all that stuff.
I have
I can't even say I would like
cards.
no. You know what I'm saying? It's just I have a lot of '90s
cards.
stuff. I have Cowboys.
I have
Emmitt Smith,
Shaquille
Troy
O'Neal's rookie
Aikman.
card. I have stuff like that.
Yeah, I have to look for things.
You know what I
like
got?
Kobe
I got,
Bryant. I do have to go
shit.
through that shit and
I
look
got the
because-
WWE Flea cards. They don't make them anymore, but it was like a limited kind of run where super cool. So I have a piece of a ring, I think from WrestleMania 18, and it's like a card with the Undertaker and Ric Flair on it, and it's actually an actual piece of the ring like fabric on the card, and that's what they would do. Is I got
that
another
from
one.
that video game with Hulk Hogan.
I have a Steve Young
What's that?
on-field jersey card just like that.
Hulk Hogan was on.
WWE 2K.
And I got his autograph too. It was like
2K19.
19.
Yeah,
I also have a
And a Funko
card
Pop.
with it's
I
a
guess so
cutout
about that.
Triple H's shirt. Got a piece of Triple H's shirt too.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
They have
super
those
cool
again.
to
They
have
just
it.
put them out recently. I think they're from either Upper Deck or Tops WWE, as well as AEW trading cards now. And I think that's like one per box. One card in there has like a little piece of the canvas from the ring and an actual live autograph. So I mean, they're trying to bring back the kind of collector aspect of some of these cards. I collected a lot of cards when I was a kid. I have probably over 300 Michael Jordan cards.
Nice.
I got a bunch of Shaq cards, rookie cards, a few baseball cards.
I got a
like
Mark
marbles,
McGuire
Petey.
card
My buddy
somewhere.
CJ's a big baseball card
Petey.
collector.
Is he really?
We sold
Yeah.
our
gonna
blind
have
bird
to
to the
see-
blind kid.
I'm gonna have to
So
talk
the
to
bird
you
to the
about
blind
it. I have about
Don't worry, Harry. I took care of it.
give or take 8 like
The criminals
5-gallon or
duct
whatever
taped the head
fucking
on.
big 10
Yeah.
gallon tubs full of baseball cards.
he might
I
be
don't know
interested.
what to do with them. I have no space
What
in my
year?
apartment.
What year?
and I-
Yeah, he
it's-
loves them.
There's 70 to 80, I believe, is the period.
80s.
70s to 80s, yeah.
Could be,
What about
you could
Pokemon
have some
cards? Does
crazy
anyone-
rookies in there.
Anyone
dude.
still got their Pokemon cards?
Talk to CJ. He would know.
I
He would
don't
know
wanna
about the
go
worth
through
of
all
them.
You never had
If
Pokemon
you,
cards?
there's a lot of rookies from the 70s and 80s, like
all
Ken Griffey
holographics.
Jr. rookie. You can have a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie in there. You can have a Darryl Strawberry rookie in there. Like you don't know. You could have Mark McGuire. You
It's
could have,
just that
you could have some.
I got a Mark
hours of
McGuire card
sorting
somewhere.
through it.
I think I have
a
a
look through them. You know?
Well, I mean, rookie cards in
Darryl
general
Strawberry
fetch
Mets.
for
That's the
more
thing,
than
it's
like
time-consuming
basic
as
cards.
fuck.
But
yeah.
But it'll pay off.
My brother
Yeah.
has a whole binder of all the Don Mattingly cards, and he had the starting lineup
Don
figure of Don
Mattingly.
Mattingly. And then I broke it, and he was so mad.
Like
And then
Bart Starr,
years later,
Brett
I made it
Favre,
up
all
to
those
him
guys.
because when I was toy collecting, I found one in the box and I gave it to him. So he can't complain.
That's fair.
Anything I lost on him, I got him back.
yeah, I've been going too heavy, too much, too soon. So I need to fucking cut back. I need to get the patch.
I gotta go back to
I
retirement.
gotta go back on a fucking diet.
Although
because
now you see, that's it. You know they get you
Well,
because now I got these Cobra Kai guys. I gotta get the other two.
Cobra
now.
Kai never dies.
It's
So
tough.
I
too.
hope
You can
Android Comics hits me up and lets me know when the other two come in.
and you can approach it in more of like a looking for specific items because they
yeah.
might be selling higher online than in the
Yeah.
store. You might luck out with something that's kind of
Sometimes they don't know what they have. I mean, we went to the
flea
Tri County
market.
Flea
Oh, yeah,
Market.
we made away with
And
that.
Oh,
they
that
had the
fucking
brown
place.
vested Luke for like
Yeah.
$20, and it was worth far more than that.
That place was a fucking shit
It's a
show.
relic.
I couldn't believe it. I was walking into it. when I went in there. Everything.
Yeah, have you ever been to a flea market?
Everything
Jeez.
in that place was beige and cream colored. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It was a
fluorescent.
time before you. I mean, a lot of
Seriously.
things were beige and cream
I mean,
colored.
that-
You just
when we were
walk in
kids.
that place and you already have chicken pox. I mean, it's insane.
yeah,
you know?
it's-
Immediately.
that
If you're
one-
not vaccinated, walk in there.
You got listeria going.
If you've been to the Tri County Flea Market, you don't have to worry about the Rona.
there was that one. What was the? There was that pizza place that was like in the food court, and
Yeah,
by
we're not
food
eating
court,
any of that.
I mean it was really like there was like burgers and fries. It was like a line, like a grill, line grill. There's a pizza place where they were serving like fresh
Personal pizzas?
Zeppelis and garlic knots, but they had bowls of this shit.
Alright,
I left you guys
Serious question:
let
have you
alone
never
not.
been to a flea market before?
an outdoor flea market, but
Well, that doesn't count.
not
That's
an indoor flea.
You've never been
market.
to an
really
indoor.
what
Tri-County
Indoor-
Flea Market, to be
Outdoors.
fair, is
Yeah.
the only indoor flea market I've ever been
A
to.
flea market is
But
usually outdoors
See,
in a
Zach's
parking
been
lot.
to the kind of flea markets where they sell leather goods and outdoor shit. No, I'm saying because I
Yeah,
lived in
no,
Massachusetts, New Hampshire,
No,
and
genuinely,
that's what they have.
because
It's outdoorman.
I used to live upstate, and it was a lot of hunting and handmade leather wallets.
Don't say
and
yeah,
handmade.
exactly. Yeah.
Please.
What did you say?
He said, "Don't say handmade." I don't get it.
Oh God. But yeah, no, that would be something
Okay,
you would
well.
really see. So we're not getting Joe back for a while.
Nope.
Or Rob.
Or Rob's out of commission. So welcome back to the show. This is me, Zach, and Chris talking about flea markets. I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about flea markets for sure. I love it.
I've never seen this before.
Welcome back. That's what happens when you put us on the couch.
Shit.
Holy
Get
shit.
your casual.
Joe lost
Not
his
worrying
mind over a
about
hand job.
This is what happens when I'm fucking comfortable and I'm not a fidgety fuck on a goddamn
Holy
fucking piece
You
of
are
shit fucking
fidgety.
chair.
Regardless.
So handmade craft leather goods. Right?
Don't say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, no, I mean, upstate's a lot of hunting stuff, It's a lot of smaller goods and
No, the
My dad would love it over there.
Tri-County Flea Market is a whole other
Shit.
fucking.
It's another
But anybody
realm.
from
That
Long
place is
Island's been
crazy.
to a flea market
Yeah.
and knows.
Well, I
Like,
tell
if
you,
you're
if you
going to a
want
food
retro
court-
video games, that place had a lot of
Hey,
them.
I
deals
want to
was
make sure to
impressive.
mention that. I do want to
Good
say,
deals.
despite the food court and the flea market itself being pretty
Ugh,
shitty,
my good.
they had a lot of good stuff, and
Ugh,
the customer
fine
service
shit.
was great.
Yeah.
They tested every fucking game that we
Oh, yeah,
bought.
she was awesome.
She tested every single game that we
Cleaned
bought.
it too.
And they all worked.
Soon we're gonna be auctioning for fucking storage lockers and trying to
Yeah,
fucking
we're
dig
just
for
getting
gold.
some
here.
gold, man. I don't know
we're
where
gonna
I'm
go
putting the
really-
shit that I just got today. I have no fucking
that,
name for it.
just-
I never got to
Turn
ask
around
you.
and sell it.
Did that one girl when you bought the brown Luke vest? Did she dust out the package for you?
Joe made her. Joe said,
Yeah,
I'll buy it if you dust it off.
When I was editing and I was rewatching the footage,
Fucking guy.
you took it and you're like, "Can you dust this out? I'll take it right now if you dust this out." And
Fucking asbestos on it.
I never got to see the conclusion. Did she dust it out?
She
But I
did.
believe she fucking
did.
dusted. She dusted
Yeah.
real good too. Let me tell you.
$25 is a good deal.
Yeah.
It's-
So,
but-
little story about that. I don't know if you can put it here. You probably will put it here in post, right? Dude, in post, Zach, right here. Ding, ding, ding.
Sure.
So, Power of the Force, Luke Skywalker, Jedi Luke from Return of the Jedi. It was a variant. Like the normal figures came with a black vest. This one came with a tan/brown, whatever the fuck you want to call it, vest. And it was like one in every, 10,000 figures had the variant vest. And when it came out, it was impossible to find. The Power of the Force figures aren't worth shit now.
Yeah, that's
Like they're worthless. And Rob has every one of them.
also why I'm adverse to that.
Yeah, but
don't wanna
that
get-
one was like the holy grail figure
what?
back in the 90s because it was like a $300 figure. And I was like, $20, I'll take it. I don't know if it's going to go up or whatever, but I didn't have it as a kid. It's the one figure I did not have, so I had to go and get it. Yes, she dusted it off real good.
I spent more money there than anywhere else. So I got
Shine it up real nice.
Fortunate that
Turn that
Yeah.
sumbitch sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass.
My favorite part of the whole thing is I enjoy the nostalgia it brings back. Like when you pull out that
Yeah.
Batman toy and
Huh.
it brings back a ton of memories. So, looking back, it's
Just looking
like,
at
oh,
these
wow.
box, this box says WWF. I mean, when's the last time you seen something that says WWF on it?
That's like
It's
yeah,
been
they,
Wildlife fun.
cut it off.
Fuck those cocksuckers, man.
Jeez.
No, that's the same. That's like the equivalent to the toy that I was looking for, the Shawn Michaels, right? It's the same
Same
series.
series.
It is, the Bone
So the-
Crunchers.
Yep,
So
Bone
the other-
Crunchers, BCA's Bone Cruncher
Yeah.
series.
The one thing I did
Yeah.
do, I'm ashamed a little, but I like them in limited amounts, is like the Funko Pops. That's like a
Well, we
market
did hook you
that's-
up with
Me and
that
Zach
Aaron
want to talk about
Rodgers
this.
pop.
Me and Zach
Yeah,
have some
that
real.
one's
We've
cool. I
got
love
a
that
problem with Funko Pops, all right?
Yeah,
We've got a problem.
Funko
They're
Pops
just-
suck. The only reason why anybody
Here it
buys
is.
them,
Here,
I'm
here
just gonna
comes
say it
rant of
before
the
you
year,
say it.
2022.
You get the Funko Pop because it's
So-
something so specific and random. You're like, haha, I need to have that, right? But that's how they sell every single fucking one of their things, and
they
we
get
need
you.
to stop. It's going to require effort on our part, all right? I saw a Stannis Baratheon. I hate Funko Pops, but I saw a Stannis Baratheon one. I was like, ha, well, it's Stannis Baratheon. I have to get that. But you know what? Fuck Funko Pops. They're not
they,
cool toys. They're fucking ugly.
There's
But they
nothing you
got
can do with them.
everybody.
They have
They
everything.
got
yeah.
everybody.
That's
It's insane.
But that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
I had Peter Griffin
problem
and
is
Sergeant
it's-
Slaughter. Like, what
Can-
the fuck toy line has both of them?
Let
And
me
a
ask
gold
you:
Biggie Smalls.
Have you
Gold
guys
Smalls.
ever seen like the people who have Funko Pops as their entire wall?
I
Fucking
no, to be
Oh, yeah.
fair,
pathetic.
It's
I had a
pathetic.
fucked up collection of Funko Pops.
We're never gonna get
Yeah,
sponsored
And
by
I had,
Funko
I
Pop
had the
now.
early ones, and if I had held on to them
But
a little
you don't
longer, I
just
might have
have-
made a lot of money.
You
on
don't
them.
just have
Yeah.
Funkos. You acknowledge that the figures and all the cool statues and just collector's items you have are useful to some degree. You can at least
You got
pose them.
diversity.
But with a
And there's
fucking Funko
details.
Pop, you put it on the base and it sits there. Oh, maybe it's a bobblehead. And you
It's like
smack
meant
it
to be
around.
It's a
you smack
statue.
it
That's what
around.
statues do.
Yeah,
You know,
but
they just
statues
sit
are at
there.
least like have an action.
At least they
pose.
fucking
No, you know
look
what
like
the problem
a person
I think is
or whatever.
Like Funko went from being something that was unique to like
Yeah.
it's in fucking supermarkets.
Yeah.
So that diminishes.
No, they went too
unique-
wild
Yeah,
with it.
exactly.
It used to be like
it
the
should be limited.
You're chasing like this limited Funko
Yeah,
Pop.
only
New York-
and
sold
some of the
here.
original
Only
ones
sold at
are
New
like,
York
I have a
Comic
couple
Con.
that
a lot of money.
I have a couple.
I had the
Funkos that
original
actually
Han
worth
Solo
decent
Pop
money, but
in the box.
it's not a
How
good
much did that go
habit.
for
They take up
today?
a ton of fucking space, and
Yeah,
that's
$100,
they just
you know,
try not to get
$400.
into the collectibles thing because of that reason.
That's
I sold my whole
similarly-
Funko Pop collection for $900.
Oh,
That's
shit.
why, yeah, hey, that's
It's-
And I got it
I
out
know.
like
My-
maybe
bulk,
maybe
too,
4
right?
My
years
problem
ago.
with
Yeah, every
Funkos
one of them.
is that it's too much. They're too bland, and at the end of the day, it's
just
just
an
crap.
infinite supply.
It's just crap that's going in a landfill one way or another.
The fucking
you know?
Dogecoin.
There's no
of
novelty
fucking
to it.
toys.
And then
I did think.
And then they made a Bob Ross fucking Funko NFT. Fuck you, Funko. Fuck you.
I always thought it would be cool if
Yeah,
Funko
correct.
did like a digital side to their pieces.
It
you
make-
know, what-
it-
something. You
I
could
think we were talking about this
manipulate.
last time.
Yeah, I brought this up.
We were talking about the like if a Funko Pop in the box maybe had like a QR code that maybe they had an app that was like AR where the Funko Pop that you
Did
purchased
something, burst out of the box
Yeah.
like small soldiers,
or like comes to
Great
light.
idea, but just
something
remove
cool.
the Funko Pop aspect of it and do it with
Or
another
all
toy.
digital. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to
Like the
do that.
Nintendo,
Yeah, like that.
Lego's
you know?
doing that
The
stuff.
Amiibos
Yeah.
had a function.
Smart,
They were part
it's
of a game at the same time. Funkos are just fucking collecting dust on a shelf. Although, I will say,
I got a couple of kick-ass ones. I got
My-
a Cap with the shield, and
my brother
I
got
got you
me.
the dude.
I love the dude.
Fucking dude,
Aaron
man.
I'm a
Rodgers.
fan of-
My brother got me a Boba Fett one for Mando
We're
for
hating on
Christmas,
him,
and it's kind of cool because it's battle damaged and it looks
It just
looks
says
neat.
fuck Funko, and
See?
you're like, this
Yeah,
is cool.
that's
That's
Okay,
exactly
so
it, though.
it's
You
hard,
have to
it's
fucking
hard.
tear it up, root
Be
and
so-
stem.
well,
You can't
I
buy
think
them anymore.
I think the moral of the story is just be selective. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
be selective. Do not just buy. If you have a wall of Funko
not-
Pops, what the fuck is wrong with you? Sell them and do something good with it. You know, free up the wall. Put some art on your wall. Something. You know, I don't know. Get a cool figure like the Thing that we have there, or Castle Grayskull,
Whatever makes you fucking
or
happy.
Kratos.
Drop
you know?
$800 on a Palpatine statue
Yeah.
that actually costs $500.
You were close.
We have
You were
fucking
fucking
Sigma
close that
now.
day.
Let's buy a
Man,
statue
we
that
talked
lights
you
up.
off the
I
fucking
wasn't
edge.
gonna do it.
No, you were fucking.
You were
on
close.
the
I
credit
do me
card.
the
Asked her
idea
to
of
take it
a
out.
from the
I
store.
talked him out of it because I found it for
Yeah.
$200.
You were-
If I'm
asked
gonna
her to
spend
take it
that
out.
much, I'm
Like,
gonna
pull it
look it
out.
up.
I would have done it
before.
for the video.
As soon as you
Chris.
say
have
pull it
nowhere to
out,
put
that
it.
means
I need
pulling it
somewhere to-
out.
That's the
Taking it
problem
out,
I have
open it
too.
up.
I have nowhere to.
If
No,
I get that
Gina would be
Palpatine
happy
statue,
watching
my
it.
KD and
Please.
Halo is gonna go up fucking tenfold.
What did your girlfriend say about the $500 spree you went on? Did she say anything about that? Or
We
she
didn't- we
Well,
didn't-
she didn't know until
she knows
Hopefully
now,
she's
so
not
just
watching
fucking
the show right
she'll
now.
know
Watch
now,
anyway,
so
so it's cool.
Yeah.
Throw it right under the bus there.
Yeah.
Boop, boop.
I mean, I don't have spot. I don't have like spaces to put shit either.
you just gotta say earmuffs, and you could say
I collect Warhammer models because I play
lot of,
the game
dolphin noises.
Warhammer 40k, and that's a lot of
Warhammer.
thanks. Warhammer's like small scale models, maybe about this big. Look, Joe, look.
I
they're about
can't.
this big.
I can't.
They're about this big, maybe.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yes.
Over the line.
Over the fucking line.
Not wrong.
And I have a bunch of those, and that's like my current storage crisis I'm trying to face.
Chris, do you play catch?
Not really.
When's the last time you played a sport?
Zach can catch the fucking
Uh,
football better than Joe.
I'm a lefty.
Absolutely.
and
Oh, you're a
Yeah,
lefty?
set.
I'm
Without
a
a
lefty.
doubt.
I'm a
Without a
lefty.
doubt.
So
How many other lefties we have here?
Lefty.
Lefties.
lefty.
Oh, there's
yeah.
3 lefties.
You're a lefty, Joe? I
Wow,
didn't know you were a
what the
lefty.
Righties in the
Lefty.
I'm a
minority.
lefty
That
too.
explains everything.
What
There's
the
three
fuck?
There was
lefties
never a
in there.
fucking glove for me in gym class.
Yeah.
I'd have to fucking.
That's why I suck at baseball because I catch. And
I
play
catch
with
and throw
my
with the
left
same
hand.
hand. Yeah. I gotta take the. I gotta
throw
take
with
the
your
fucking
left
glove
hand?
off.
I catch with my right
What?
hand.
I gotta
Only.
catch it with
That's
this
how it
and take
works.
the glove off and throw
What?
it.
I don't want to do it with my
What?
right hand. I wipe my ass. That's
You
about
would-
it.
If you jerk off lefty, you
hand
catch
too?
with your right hand.
Yeah.
That's too
But
much
it
info.
doesn't work that
Ambidextrous.
way.
You know, I have to
Nice.
catch with my left.
Yeah, you have to catch with the head because they had a glove for you to catch with your left
You
hand.
can get a. I had
There's
a
no
glove.
glove for me.
There's a glove.
I learned how to.
You got
No,
a
Chris,
this
there was
glove?
always one glove,
Yeah,
and
there
it
was
looked like it was from
you
1920.
know what?
There'd be
I
one
think-
glove that looked like shit.
I think what would be
Catchable.
great is that this upcoming summer we all collectively make a softball team, a beer league team. I think that'd be fun as
I have
fuck.
to hit home
down.
runs because there's no running.
You'd be the coach.
How is
I'll
she?
be the
umpire.
I'll be the
Oh, no,
spectator.
you
He's
can
coach.
you can
For the
designate
catcher.
runners. So you get on
He's not
first,
the
and you get
catcher.
sent
Rob's gonna
down.
be the
Bend the fuck
designated
down.
runner for
I'll
everybody.
be Joe Torre.
I think a beer
He
league
just
would be fun.
criticizes the shit out of
just
us.
sit
I
there
think
and be
we're
all
better off
grumpy.
doing a bowling league than we
Like
are
any
a
other
softball
coach.
league.
It's right up
I-
his alley, you know.
Well, I can't do bowling. I can't do any of this shit.
We can't fucking
I
roll
can
on
run and I
Shabbos,
can swing a bat. That's
I
about
can't do
it.
fucking
Believe it or-
anything right
believe it
now,
or not,
dude.
I don't turn on the lights. I don't get in the
I'm the
car.
trainer.
Hey, sure shit, don't fucking roll.
I'm
For my
bowling's out
size,
for me, bro.
I am rather athletic, believe it or not. I used to play a lot of sports when I was younger. A few years ago, even still, I play sports now.
Can
know.
you dunk?
No, I can't dunk.
Can you?
Want to know why
You
you
can
can't
dunk
dunk?
cookies and milk.
Can you dunk?
I can
pay
dunk.
to see that.
I have the North Babylon High School
I can't
record for flexed arm hang.
What does that mean?
When you just pretty much stay in pull-up position with
If
the
I was
bar,
3
and you
pounds, I
gotta
could do
hang
that
there.
too.
A couple of years ago,
For 2 minutes.
I could touch rim, but I couldn't dunk.
You could not
That's
touch
what you
rim.
said.
I used to be able to touch rim.
You could not touch rim.
I
fucking
could almost
6'2".
touch. I'm 6'2".
No.
I played football. I
could hang
played
on rim,
baseball.
but
I played
can't dunk.
basketball.
You didn't play basketball like before COVID. You had a good time.
I played
Yeah.
badminton. I played
Remember
it all.
that?
You'll
That,
never
that
see me
seems
play
like fucking
basketball.
light
Before
years
the world
ago.
ended,
What the
right?
fuck?
Yeah, before the world ended.
Even you just saying that makes me like
Never played
Yeah.
basketball
Wow.
with.
feels like
Why
5
not?
fucking years ago.
Never happened.
You don't
What?
want basketball, or you just
I
don't
am
want to.
horrible at basketball.
Really?
Yeah, I'm horrible.
I listen.
I'm
We
not,
not,
like,
all of us are
impressive
great
at
at sports.
basketball,
It's okay.
I mean,
Look,
I
I
played
can
3
fucking
sports
play a
in
mean
school.
guitar, right? I don't need the
Basically,
fucking.
I went to
played-
college on a
on
wrestling
injury.
scholarship. Hello.
You played? Did you play in a? Did you play in a basketball league ever?
No.
No. I played Stony
Did you
Brook.
just fart?
No. You would know if I thought. Number one, there'd be the rumble, and then number 2, the paint
Somebody
coming
is-
off the wall.
The paint's coming. There's no paint left on these walls. They're fucking wood.
Oh, you
There's
guys are
paint on the
trapped
floor.
too. If he lights one off over there, dude, you
Gotta
guys
set the
are
trap.
done.
Like the
You're the
Ghostbusters
one that
trap.
ate 5 Guys.
I offered
Up
you.
right from the
I
front.
don't want it. I offered. If
All
I
right.
would have been shitting myself now if I ate the 5 Guys.
Oh, yeah, then you're welcome.
Got wipes over here.
Right? That'd be nice.
Wanted the shot at the title, Rob? Then you got the strap
Got
over
the
there.
fucking belt right here. What do you
The
want?
belt?
You want it?
Rogers!
Right
Discount,
there.
discount double check.
go,
out the
boy.
They
way.
got the strap.
Oh, don't bring up
listen,
football.
we don't
I
talk.
don't-
No, we don't talk about sports ever.
I
It's
don't
a-
want to talk
There's
about
one
it
time a year where we can fucking talk about sports, and it's now. And
Yeah.
you don't want to talk about sports.
because I'd rather talk about it after the game.
What do you mean?
God.
All right, man.
He's just
It's
gonna
a
feel
big game.
Jason.
It's a big game.
Come on.
Well, I mean, what I was
You're,
gonna
you're
say.
that. You're that. Like, fucking crazy that you can't bring it up.
I mean, what do you want to talk about? You know, all right. So I'm confident going into the
Nothing to
game.
contribute there.
Yeah, you guys
Got
aren't
nothing
talking
for
about
you.
it.
Fucking
Well, I mean-
sports? I mean, what are we gonna talk about? Fucking when John Elway fucking threw the ball 17 years ago, whatever. The
Well,
fuck?
I'll tell you
John
something.
Elway,
Actually,
wow.
there's a really good show right now on Peacock. It's like a Joe Montana documentary that just came out,
Oh, nice.
and there's 4 episodes, and it shows like the entire like history of Joe through college and through the
I don't even
the
wanna
pros and the
talk about
Niners.
Joe Montana right now. San Francisco's fucking dead to me right now.
I know that's why I brought it up.
Is Trey Lance starting over Jimmy G?
Uh,
I know Jimmy G's hurting.
I don't care. I pray Jimmy G's fucking starting. So yeah, this is all in reference to the Green Bay Packers
49er game.
and 49ers on Saturday night
Yeah.
at 8:15. And I'm a diehard Packers fan.
This will be way over by the time people see this though.
That's true. So yeah, I mean, we've been here before, so that's where like the nerves are like kind of at. But the thing is, you know,
Super Bowl goes
the
to
past has
Lambeau.
nothing to do with now. Yeah, the past has nothing to do. Any kind of losses before, any playoff goofs. Team looks good. The guys look good. They're coming off the bye week
Listen,
healthy.
I need to
so
live
I'm
vicariously through
excited.
you because my team and Rob's team will never fucking amount to anything.
We got
So-
the man behind the wheel. We got the title belt.
Vin,
you know,
I'm
and
a-
I'm thinking he's gonna.
I'm gonna be honest
he's
with
gonna
you.
pull it out.
At least they're green.
I think this is make or break for the Packers. I think these next couple of years this is it for 'em.
Years.
Well,
He
no,
doesn't
this
have
is
to be
yeah.
years.
Everyone
Next
keeps
couple,
talking
1 or
about
2 years, I think.
Yeah. This
this
is the
like
year though.
this could be legacy defining for
This
Rodgers.
would be the year.
This-
Yeah.
You know,
the year.
but here's the thing: like, we got the Super Bowl from Rodgers, and most teams don't get a Super Bowl. So I'll always be grateful that we got that, and it was early on in his career. I really would
He
love to see
deserves
him getting
more
two.
than one.
He's been great, but I will say the things that have blown it for him are the defense. It's
Yeah.
not that he didn't score enough points
Yeah.
or go do his fucking job.
Yeah.
It's just the defense would
Having
blow
overweight
it. Special
running
teams
backs
would
doesn't
blow
help
it.
either, though. You know?
We got a great squad. They really got the right attitude. They've been here before. They know what they got to do.
Go Pack, go!
Go Pack, go, baby. That's
I think
it.
my favorite
I
Packer was,
appreciate the support. I
Brett
hope we
Favre?
can-
No, D tackle. I think his name was Raji. Raji.
Yeah, you're talking about the big man?
Yeah. When he the scoop and score a few years ago when he was in the end zone, he was fucking
BJ?
yeah.
JJ.
Was it BJ?
I'm trying to think now.
It was like Go Raji.
Now that you have to ask me about it, I cannot use my brain. I'll be like, what's his name? I'm like, yeah, dude, the scoop score. We have some great memories, man. I've been lucky to grow up in an era where you have Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers back to back as your quarterback. So I'm always excited. It's tough because we've blown it in big spots, so it's major disappointments. But that's what happens. And being a fan, you don't just love them in the good times; you love them no matter what.
You want to know anything about disappointments? Let me tell you about the New York Jets.
Yeah, you can talk about the Jets, the Giants.
You're
I've seen
preaching
it.
to the choir
I mean,
here with me and Rob.
but the
as Jets
Giants,
fans.
Yeah, I'm a
Eli
Jets fan
pulling
too.
back,
I know.
Eli pulling two
It's a sad day.
Super
Yeah.
Bowls over Tom Brady.
At least
That's
Mark
forever.
Sanchez is
That was
on the
good.
team anymore.
Sanchez was fun. He was electric.
Butt fumble?
Yeah, Buffalo was
That's
fun.
it.
I will
That's
never.
the worst
I will
moment.
never forget that
When people
Thanksgiving dinner
When people
when
try
I got
to
to
talk
see
about,
Sanchez run into some lineman's ass. I think it was Nick
What?
Nick
That's
Mangold's
fun for
ass.
you?
Yeah, it was hilarious. And then Rex Ryan's feet.
That is one of
This is where
the
you and I
embarrassing
differ.
times. That could have got you guys to the fucking Super
you
Bowl.
and
I
That
differ.
was legitimately
Yeah, and they sucked ass.
2009,
nothing good about that.
2010,
So when people
back-to-back
ask
AFC
about, like,
championship
legacy,
games.
And then he fucked it
I
all.
try to keep it
Fucked it all.
in fucking perspective, like how good it's been, because I've witnessed how other teams have been and how some people's legacies are defined by what fumble. Unfortunately, Sanchez has been probably the
Yeah.
most successful Jets quarterback
Oh, well.
since, you know what I mean?
Since Broadway Joe, maybe.
Yeah,
Chad
you're not-
Pennington.
Yeah,
maybe.
Pennington,
Pennington
too.
even was always like,
Vinny
count on-
Testaverde.
yeah, guys like
Over
that.
there!
It's just crazy to think
But his
that
legacy is defined by
we
Joe
are
Namath.
we are
one
so
YouTube clip.
we are so like
Bill Buckner. Guy who,
Or Bill Buckner, dude.
Yeah,
Hey,
this
right
one
between
catch
the
and they
legs.
fucking never
fuck the
forgive
Red
this
Sox,
guy. Yeah.
but
Right between the legs.
that that fucked up his life.
was the
and
last year the
that's
Mets
tough.
won the
That's
World
the
Series.
thing where it gets too
they're
serious.
coming up
like-
again soon. It's okay.
And,
You like
and
the
I
Mets
think the
too?
Red Sox were, if
Absolutely,
you watch
I'm a
that game, the
diehard
Red
Mets
Sox were
fan.
fucking
Jets, Nets,
blowing
Mets.
it, dude.
I'm Jets, Knicks, Mets.
And I think that was game 6 as well. Like went into game 7 when Buckner
grew up
blew
in
that.
Brooklyn,
So
so
there was
that's why,
another
yeah.
game for them to have to lose, I believe.
Sports is
Sports fandom's tough.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little stressed out. I try not to be, but you can't help it. You got like a lot invested in
Yeah.
the team and the guys, and you want to see them be successful, and
Yeah.
especially at home. That's fucking huge. Lambeau Field. What did Roger say? He goes, well, there's two things. You're either playing the Green Bay Packers, or you're either playing at Lambeau Field, or you're playing and you're hosting the Green Bay Packers. They're a legacy in the NFL. So I think that'll always be there regardless of how this goes.
Cheeseheads.
Doesn't matter. Go back, go baby.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, January is a big month for sports
Yeah.
in general, but we also have the Royal Rumble next Saturday.
Jeez.
WWE Royal Rumble. We actually played a Royal Rumble a couple weeks ago, and on the N64 we played WrestleMania 2000. We
We
played
did.
like the Royal Rumble mode.
We
And
did.
Sweet, did you win that? You won that with?
I didn't win with
Kane or
whoever I came in originally.
You
and
won
then
with the Kane or somebody like
I
that.
got
right?
eliminated and I came back. Was it Kane?
I think so.
I remember who I came back as, but I came back and eliminated fucking
Yeah.
Joe at the last second. He
Yeah.
fucking you pool sharks me, man. I am thinking we're all picking this game up for the first time in like fucking years, and then Joe like remembers all the fucking controls. And
I haven't not played it in
he's
years, but I
relentless.
remember the controls because I
Rob was
played it so
kicking
much.
ass though. Rob had the
Rob
most
fucking
elimination.
threw out like 18 fucking people.
Rob
It's
threw
a
out all
20-man
those guys
battle
while
royale.
Joe beat the
Rob
shit
threw out
out of me.
fucking 18 people.
You're welcome for your victory. I don't know what
Rob
to
figured
tell
out how
you.
to break the game.
He fucking keeps
Yeah.
slinging them
All you
out.
gotta do is Irish whip them and then punch them, and then they go over the ropes and keep punching them until they fall out.
The only
Wait,
reason you were
it's-
able to do that is because the whole time Joe was beating the shit out of me.
I'm
So
sorry.
you're afraid just eliminating people left and right. I'm like, he was fucking helpful.
Me and Chris had a fucking 20-minute battle, and then Rob's just flipping them over, and it's 3 left.
It was
And then
hilarious.
Sweet fucking flips us both over the fucking rope after all
That's
that fucking time.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Wasn't
we need
my
to play. We
original
need to play
choice.
more of those N64 games, man. Those are 4-player. Those are fucking classics.
Gotta get a fourth controller. I have 3.
I got one.
My fourth doesn't work. My,
Sweet's
my
got
Omega
one,
purple.
right?
my
I got
original.
I got some N64.
Yeah, it's
toys.
broken.
But speaking of
Fucking
games,
Plug it in, it
45
doesn't
years old.
register as a controller.
what have we been playing lately? What's everybody been like? You know,
You and I have been playing GTA
Yes.
online.
Rob and I have been playing some GTA.
That's why you've been missing my Halo nights.
I bought a yacht now because I'm filthy rich. They had a
Nice.
really good deal on shark cards. I won't lie,
Gotcha.
I bought a
Hook,
shark
line, and
card,
sinker.
but not for nothing. For and I went
I love
for,
Rockstar,
I went for
so-
it all because I really wanted it. I spent the $100. I got the $8 million shark card, but they have like a rebate of like 11.2 million on top of it, so you're getting like fucking serious cash. So
I've done that before.
we
yeah.
ended up I ended up getting the arcade, and I outfitted it with all the machines because I already had money, but I just haven't played the game in a long time. I had like maybe 5 million in the bank already.
It's funny. I
Um,
came on when you guys were playing.
Yeah.
And something stood out to me that I couldn't look past, and it's like the refresh rate. So like having played PS5
Yeah.
and Xbox, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
playing the next gen or the current gen at this point. It's tough to go back because you can see the stutter. You can kind of see it.
That's going to be fixed in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to the.
It's
update
originally
for sure,
supposed to
but
come out November 11th, and then they
Pushed it
pushed
back.
it back a little bit.
It's the first time I ever got onto GTA, and the graphics are always like stunning, and especially right now, if you're still, it's still really
It's still,
good.
yeah,
I'm
it's
just gonna
still
hold out
beats
for
a lot of
moving.
games.
It was just so noticeable. I was like,
6 is going to be amazing whenever that does come out.
The new
High
Dr.
hopes,
Dre
baby.
missions are cool.
10
though.
fucking years.
see
Yeah.
if Microsoft buys Rockstar.
And they added a lot of really good
Sony
music to West Coast
They
classics.
did,
I don't
yeah.
know.
The motherfucking deal,
I don't know
double
if they're in
G.
that kind of.
There's a lot of good. There's
Business
a lot of
strategy. It's a
good
business
Dr.
strategy,
Dre,
yeah.
like
Fucking
classic
with the
NWA
deal.
music that they added.
So-
Which the music in GTA is always like one of the best things about it, and it really makes it feel like a new game when you're cruising around listening to all new
The
music.
casino was really impressive.
Rob
too,
never
'cause
saw
I
the
haven't
casino. That's
seen
been out
that.
for like 2 or 3 years now. He didn't see a lot of this
I
stuff. We
haven't
did the
touched-
Kyle
I
Perico
haven't touched
heist.
it in a long time,
Mhm.
so the fucking
Me and Rob did the Kyle Perico heist. All right, I have to mention this fucking story because I do this heist solo and I give boop bop bing in and out. I beat it under 10 minutes. So I'm like, Rob, we'll be fine. We'll go in, we'll go out. Right? It took us like fucking 2 hours to get to this fucking heist. 2 fucking hours.
we
we're trying to
fucking
do
kept
this.
dying over.
We got
and
it down,
over
though, now.
And over. And then that first night, I was like, "Fuck this." I
Yeah,
gotta
we
go.
got it down,
Feels
though.
like I work the next day.
And Rob made a
So-
lot of money on those heists. I gave him a good cut. I
made
gave him like
about
60%.
1.4
Give him a good
mil
cut.
off the
Holy
second time we
shit.
did it.
Something like that. Yeah.
My question: are you gonna stream it? Because I know you've been streaming Tina.
I can't
and you
because
haven't
there's so
streamed
much
in a hot
licensed
minute.
music in that game.
True. You got to turn the
I would
music
probably
off.
get shut down immediately if I tried to play.
You could turn the
Nobody
music off.
streams
Oh.
GTA. When you stream
Yeah.
it, it's,
Doesn't count.
When you stream it, it's
oh
safe.
no, you know
it's the
it'll
VOD.
have, no.
No, it's not.
I've been through this.
Yeah,
And
you'll-
then I
you'll
even
get a
tried to trick
takedown.
it Where I was using playlist of GTA and the songs, and I could because I was playing GTA RP and there's no radio on that, so I was trying to trick it. But either way, yeah, it does flag actually the. Just gets
You
the-
just change the
music
settings and you
comes
turn the
with it.
music
just
off.
mutes his whole audio. So
Well,
yeah,
like,
I believe it would take his audio away. Yeah.
You don't
I know
need to
on
do
the
that.
VOD it would, but I've never seen.
Like on
'cause
Twitch?
I watch on Twitch. I've seen. I know. I
It's
watch.
like the most streamed game.
I watch a few
somehow.
streamers who are always playing
Highest grossing
copyrighted
revenue
music, and what they do is
Yeah.
they split the audio in OBS where it's separate tracks, so that it's still like processed and streamed as the copywritten music, but when they actually process the VOD, they mute that one track, edit it out. That music is no longer heard. So
But I
down.
I have to say, I hate the fucking mission music. Like, I have to put on West Coast classics when I'm doing that shit.
What's the?
It just, like, gets on my nerves.
Some of
when
it's
my
pretty good. I mean,
anxiety
the
goes
thing
high.
is, because you hear it 1,000 times, biker music's bad, but the new Dr. Dre like mission, pretty like funky synth music.
You like
You know, it's not too bad.
is the place.
There's a lot of like,
Yeah.
well, in my experience with GTA, they're trying to change it, but there's a lot of dead time. There's a lot of transportation time,
It's like
and that's always been kind of like I think anybody's beef with it is like, all right, you need like more compelling missions. You want. So they've tried to diversify
Well,
it with now the
The Dre
heist.
Well,
mission,
not even
right,
just
we,
that.
We did the beginning of the Dre mission. They
Yeah.
steal his
And
cell
I don't,
phone.
yeah, I haven't seen those, so I'm sure they're trying to get away from like.
It's a lot
Drive
more
here, drive
narrative.
there.
Like
Bring
I'm
this here,
driving a
bring this
guy
there.
around and he's talking to me and like telling me and like they introduced like kind of new characters and then they'll follow up and be like, oh yeah, Vern, got the lead on this. it's pretty cool. You know, Dr. Dre in a video game. You know, it's different. They have been doing that. The Cayo Perico heist, like granted there's some issues with that, but
So if
it's constantly
in
changing.
relation to a stream, it's like, you know, when you want the stream to be extra entertaining, sometimes it can be tough to stream that game for you know that reason.
Makes sense.
Well, you're not going to be streaming if you're fucking doing
But
stealth
I did
missions.
stream. I did stream recently. I beat Kena Bridge of Spirits, which was a really, really good game.
I
It's
enjoyed
like
that
playing
game
like a
lot.
Disney Pixar game. It's a kids game.
It's kids game. It's kids game. That's it.
No, it was really good. I loved it. It was nice, challenging puzzles. I felt that maybe the map system could have used a little work, like maybe a little cursor that could have like pointed me towards my objective, something a little bit more like that.
It was
but,
their first game. They were originally.
but I thought
an
they did a
animation
great job for
studio.
their first game. You know,
Yeah.
it was you know super heartwarming and
It felt like a prelude to something.
it did.
It had that like.
It did. Like you feel like this is like the intro to a character that could have more games. You know,
Definitely.
Removing the tracker like that though is 100% like a decision they made. I think a lot of developers when they do that, it's for the intention of immersion. When they remove the
but
tracker like
I
that,
will say that there are games that have made it subtle enough that it works in the game. Because she's a spirit guide.
Yeah.
You could easily do something like swipe up on the trackpad and it'll like give you like Ghost of Tsushima with
that
the
was
wind.
an excellent way.
That was a really good
Just
way
follow
of
the wind.
Yeah, just
Yeah, it's
follow the
built
wind.
in. It's a mechanic of the game.
Exactly.
It adds to the.
It's
immersion.
optional, which I would prefer the option of it. So like what you're saying,
It's like Shadow of the Colossus.
Because I
You're
found,
talking about
I
a
found a
heads-up
lot of
display?
times I was getting
Yeah, it's talking
lost
about
in the
like a
game.
pointer
Yeah.
or like a reticle that's like go here.
Because a map isn't immediately available in the game, so
Yeah.
you kind of just have to follow the
Or
path.
Ghost of
Unlike
But
Tsushima.
I am
Bethesda games, Rob?
famous with getting lost in games, and that's yes. Once again,
ADD,
why I
How
fucking
did
hate
how the
Bethesda.
fuck did you fare in Ghost of Tsushima then when there's no mini map at all?
Well, I don't need a mini.
There's a big map, but there's not a mini map.
The mini when you have a big
yeah, I
map
don't-
that's
I
well
don't
like
think so.
marked and stuff, and it's an easy like quick travel system because you can quick travel to anywhere
Yeah,
in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
You could be in the cliff over here,
any
and as
big
long as you've discovered an
any
area,
major
you can
point,
go
yeah.
there. But with Kena Bridge of Spirits,
couldn't do it.
you have to be near another warp portal. You have to find them. But once you get past a certain point, once you make it to like the village square, that's when you finally have a larger map. And I was happy that there was one because initially I thought there wasn't.
What would you give it out of 10?
I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Pretty good.
Rookie
It
score.
was pretty high.
Pretty good.
Mechanics could have
I
been tighter.
think-
I feel like some of the mechanics they were good though. Like I think
Oh yeah.
the movement. One of the little details I did like about it. You talk about immersion is like when you go idle. I like when characters like do something. So she'll like sit down. And all the little fuzzy dudes will come out and she'll be
Little
like
rocks,
playing with
yeah.
them doing
When
something.
I think about that, I
And-
think about Mario 64.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
it's
a
subtle.
liar.
And when she
And he
stands
will
up,
sleep,
it's
and
not
he
just a
be
sudden
snoring away
jerk.
until you come back.
It's like she just gets up. And it's just, I think, to
Cool.
me, it's a subtle detail
Yeah.
that adds to that level
Yeah.
of immersion and like
Mm.
you care about the character
Yeah.
because it's not just
You're
an
controlling the
avatar.
character.
They did that in
Exactly,
Immortals
exactly. It gives
Phoenix
life to the
Rising as
character.
well.
Yeah.
That was really
So they definitely have that eye for detail. I think they could probably use something. I'm sure we're going to talk about acquisitions, but they could use
Is that a
an infusion
segue?
of some
Did you
money.
just segue us?
I think it's probably a good idea to talk
It's a
about.
segue.
It's a
Segue.
giant
Segue.
Let's talk about it.
Microsoft.
So yeah, I mean, now we see that Microsoft has acquired Activision
world.
Blizzard. I didn't even know that they were the
Do you
same
think
company.
they're gonna unseat the CEO?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
part of the
Bobby-
deal. That's the only
Why
reason
they
the deal would ever
Fucko.
happen.
Probably why they sold it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
More than
literally
Bobby or going, they have to.
Yep.
It'd be
Absolutely
interesting
have
to see if World of Warcraft moves to the Xbox.
It's the only reason they'd spend the kind of money
PC.
they're going to spend because, it's one thing to think about it like, oh, Xbox got Activision. No, Microsoft. This is a fucking giant tech company. It's
Right.
like Apple acquiring a fucking, game
Tesla.
publisher. So, it's a major deal because they had to spend, what was the last purchase for Elder Scrolls and shit? $7 billion? This is 10
Bethesda.
times that. This is $70 billion,
$70 billion.
I believe. $68 billion.
They also have a lot more
That's-
IP, I think, Activision Blizzard than
Definitely.
Bethesda.
Call of
When I
Duty
think
alone
about
is
it-
Great stuff,
going to be
but-
more than $7 billion on just the Call of Duty
More
franchise.
than 70 billion.
Well,
You know what I
7,
heard?
I'm
They're not.
saying.
They're gonna
Call of
maybe
Duty
make
alone
it so
holds
that it's not coming out yearly anymore.
It's a good
That's
idea.
my
Yeah, man, they
biggest
gotta
gripe
slow it
with
down.
Call of Duty. It's
Yeah,
a
you-
fucking scam
You burn
that
out,
I gotta
you
pay
burn out.
$70
I hate
fucking
Madden
dollars
for
a
that reason.
year.
Here comes
That's
another
like a
rant
subscription
So
for a
here it
fucking
comes.
video game that's
It's true.
marginally fucking different. Any game
Sure.
that comes out yearly is bullshit. The fucking jerk off tissue.
Well,
you
here's
fucking
the
throw out.
thing too.
Here he goes.
You know,
Here he goes with the jerk off
No,
and the
but you
tissue.
know what?
And the
That's-
guy's
that's
named
my
Kyle in a
biggest gripe.
basement.
Because the
Fucking-
games that they spend years that like
Call of Duty Zombies are
dating.
for girls, right?
And
Sweet?
guys
Zombies.
named Kyle.
zombies is for Kyle's.
You know what the problem is too now? We're in an environment where everything needs to be
That titty's dead.
refreshed to keep up with the streaming element because it's like what's driving the car? Are the streamers driving the exposure to the game? Are the game public, like what is
Well, I know that when Anya streams, sometimes the game publishers will pop into her stream and ask her like how she likes the game.
Oh, that's
'cause
interesting.
fucking
She
really
plays
wish
some
Bethesda would do that
like
with
not
me as
well-known
ZeniMax.
games, so like she has like more access to those publishers.
Does she play indie games mostly though?
Sometimes, yeah. Like,
That's-
I've
a lot of-
noticed
yeah,
a
I
lot of
noticed that.
indie game devs tend to reach out in like streams because that's
and
a,
she'll talk to them
So I
about
just
like
mean-
this is the part of the game that sucks or is good or something
like
like
yeah,
that. which
mega
is cool.
publishers, Fortnite, they need an update every 90 days.
powers,
Yeah. Halo's like everyone out there, I think, beyond the hardcore, fans are craving more content, more maps. They want more diversity in the game types. So
There's
it's
no
like
attention
you have to
span.
be ready.
Oh, the game's been out a month. I want more maps.
Yeah,
I already played these maps for a
So
month.
not
I
to-
want more
not to-
maps now.
But no, I'm gonna keep
just
this.
fucking
I'm gonna
came
keep
out!
this still
boy. I
in
want more
reference to
Jesus
the
Christ.
Microsoft acquisition and pumping out games.
You're not
and
even
why
mastered these maps yet. You don't even know all
Microsoft's
the
gonna
jumps
want
and all
to
the
get
hot
some of
spots.
this
I don't
money
know.
back. Like, let's go. And when I think about a lot of their game, like you said, they have a lot of game IP. When you lay it out, do they have a lot of IP? They
Tony
have a lot
Hawk's
of old
Pro.
IP
They've
for
got a
sure.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, I think like Rock Band or fucking whatever that
Okay.
other
Guitar
fucking
Hero.
old Guitar
Wow.
Hero.
I mean,
Fucking
the
played
main
that in the
stables are
last
called.
one.
I
Anything
know what they bought
Blizzard
it for. I know
makes.
they
Call of
bought
Duty,
it for
Diablo, World of Warcraft.
They get-
Blizzard is a whole other.
What's
they
the
get-
other game?
Blizzard's
They get-
another.
they get
Well,
Ubisoft,
Blizzard's
too.
Blizzard's
No,
like-
No.
I mean, I kind of
Blizzard
separate
has the-
Blizzard.
No, no,
Blizzard
no,
to
no,
me,
no, no.
Not that they didn't acquire them.
Yeah,
but
they have Blizzard.
Blizzard has a
No, they don't have Ubisoft.
stable
Ubisoft's a
of
completely
games.
Oh,
different.
Ubisoft. No, they don't have
separate.
them.
I thought they were partnered with Blizzard.
No.
No.
What's the other big PvP game? The
Hearthstone and Diablo and StarCraft.
how
and-
did we not set it yet? The
World of Warcraft?
Hearthstone's
one with like the
massive.
gorillas and it's like
Gorillas?
Oh, Overwatch.
Overwatch.
So here's the other
There
thing
we
too,
go.
and Microsoft has to go
Overwatch,
in and not fix that studio.
Overwatch
but
is a big
look at
multiplayer game. A lot of
343.
people do stream
it's
that.
a
Overwatch
Microsoft
2 is gonna be
studio,
huge.
right?
Overwatch!
It's been tough. It's been tough to get Halo back into the place where they want
Market Zero, dude.
They did a good job with the last effort, but Microsoft isn't are they positioned? Are they ready to be able to take on all the responsibility to get that company in order?
That's a
great
fucking
question.
lootly.
Well, I think
You
one
know,
thing
I
that
don't know
they've
if they
done
have a
really
track
well.
record for it.
One
But
thing
it
they've
does.
they've done really well is that they made it so that PC gamers and Xbox players can game together. Whereas Sony's still doing this
we-
bullshit where they don't always do the crossplay.
We
That's-
fucking played
that's-
Halo.
You see, God of War just came out, and it's definitely just hit the charts big because a lot of PC gamers wanted to get. So yeah, I think for Sony, yeah, we could talk about Sony's strategy, and I'm sure they're in deep conversation about how do we kind of turn this thing around. And well, what's the competition? Are
This
they
is a long
competing?
time coming though.
Are they competing in the same thing? Like, think about Nintendo. Is Nintendo out there just acquiring shit and trying to make a
No.
streaming service?
No.
So Microsoft is poising itself to be the Netflix of
Yeah.
gaming.
Well,
a service.
speaking of
It's
which,
not even just
Netflix is getting into gaming.
They are.
Netflix is,
well,
and
but I'm
it's
saying
all about
to-
content now. and
Yes,
that's really
they're
what it's
in
going
a
to become.
content battle.
Like podcast
and it's
content.
is Sony basically is we have a ton of great studios. We're going to keep putting out these games, and they're probably going to partner with the likes of Netflix, whoever comes out with the best. You know what I mean? I don't see them trying to necessarily do acquisition-based growth in a streaming service because that costs a lot of money. You have to fucking be able to.
Well, I don't think they need to though, because
And
this
Sony's
is all
not
an
at
adjustment.
Microsoft.
The whole argument that, and I have PlayStation before anything, but the whole argument that PlayStation gamers always make is we have all the content, you don't have any exclusives. That's been the toxic fucking dialogue for the past I don't know how many years. We've
Yeah, but
all heard
I'm
it.
like a gamer. I don't need to pick sides. I buy
Absolutely,
the best
I'm
system.
the
with
same
best
exact
games.
way. But the
So
problem
whoever's
is
arguing about it's kind of moot. Who
But
cares?
the
That's just-
perception affects it because
I
then
think
you have
about-
sales. Look at, I mean, PlayStation outsold Xbox how much?
I find it interesting just based on the business dynamic of it all, because it's a big acquisition. And how does a company like Microsoft instruct Activision to run itself you know, because it has to be autonomous in a way that it can do what it needs to do. But what are the requirements? Just like
Fix
when
World of Warcraft.
yeah, fix World of Warcraft,
Step one.
fix Call of Duty, fix fucking all of our executive decision making because we're scumbag. You know, like
What's
they have
interesting
to.
too?
They're taking on a lot.
They also have. It's also now you have to consider a lot of these big IPs that were on PlayStation, you know, their platform. Now it's the question. I know Phil Spencer posted a tweet recently saying that he had a call with Sony executives, but he only mentioned like Call of Duty and existing legal agreements. The question is, what games, what IPs could potentially be removed from Sony and, you know, PlayStation
Just off the
platforms?
cuff, I'm going to say that probably the next couple of years, you probably won't see the removal of these major titles like Call of Duty from, you know, Sony PlayStation platforms. But, dude, they didn't spend $68 million to not make these freaking games exclusive.
They're doing it with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
They're
and
doing it
if
with all the
you think
Bethesda
that
games.
they spent that much money to not really
Here's the question:
pull that audience away from Sony and move it towards like an Xbox or PC platform, you're
At
fucking
this point,
nuts.
It's an
If
interesting
you're
development.
at this point, if you're Microsoft and you're looking at it based on their success of Office 360, all that stuff, isn't it like, well, we'd want to get our service just like Netflix onto the PlayStation?
It's only a matter of time.
I don't know.
Unless
you know what I'm saying?
Sony said they're coming out with their own model of the subscription
Streaming.
service for your
Yeah.
first party games.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to hurry the fuck up on that. They're really gonna have to kind of capitalize on that now, because think about what Game Pass already has, and then going into the next year, this year.
I heard PlayStation took a big hit.
Oh yeah, $20 billion.
acquisition.
Their stock
Yeah, well,
dropped.
Look at the whole fucking
That's
market
fucking
anyway.
insane. Well, that's a lot in one day to drop one,
Yeah.
you know. So, but Game Pass alone
guess
is going to have
Sony
all
just-
these
Maybe
Call
they'll
of Duty
fucking sell
titles
some
just
more
got
PlayStation
backlog.
5s.
Competition's
start
always
selling the
good.
things. Since you can't fucking get one still.
Can't get an
It's been
Xbox
years.
either. Can't
Yeah.
get an Xbox
You
either.
can't get anything. I
It's
mean,
the-
Joe
it's-
just
Unless
picked
you're
one
me,
up,
then
but
I can.
Yeah,
You know.
Joe and Yao got an Xbox Series X. We were playing with them the other
Yeah.
night on Halo.
Yeah, they got it pretty goddamn quick. I don't know anybody that still needs a PlayStation 5 that is able to get one right
Me.
now.
I get them.
yeah, I was pretty sure everyone I know who
You one of
wanted
those
one
guys?
has one.
It does
But
not. No, it's just easy. You just know when.
Neither.
Well, yeah, I mean, you follow the Twitter pages and you're able to get them.
Yeah.
But it's still a pain in the ass. You know, they're not
It's
available.
It's going to be another 2 years before you can just walk into
Yeah.
a retail store and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll take
It's
that."
a
This is
supply-
the
it's
worst
just a-
time of all time.
It's
This
a
is
supply chain issue. That's all. I mean, look at graphics.
No
cards,
manufacturing
you know?
issue.
You still need
Both.
games. You
Both.
still
Oh,
need
yeah.
content. You still need, you know, right now they're looking at what? I mean, just in Sony's arena, they have Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean,
I didn't
people,
like that game.
I didn't.
Kibosh.
I just didn't play it, but it's
tried
apparently
it.
fucking.
I heard
great
it's one of
game.
those
I wouldn't
games
say it's a
that
bad
the
game.
further you get into it, the more fun it becomes because the more abilities. But I just couldn't get into it. I tried.
A game I'm looking
everyone
for
was
is,
everyone was fixated on all these exclusives for years. Sony had exclusive to Spider-Man. They were exclusive. They had Street Fighter. They had Final Fantasy. And now everyone's fucking complaining that Xbox is going to have some exclusives.
Yeah, but
in
who only
Starfield
owns
and
one fucking system? Like, people on Twitter don't matter in a way because
the crazy.
I own a
the
PC.
crazy
It doesn't affect
fanboys,
me in a
the crazy-
negative
you
way.
Don't, but
I
there's
have a
crazy
fucking-
fanboys out there that won't buy an
They're,
Xbox.
they're fucking
or
the
won't buy a
minority. They're just the
PlayStation.
loud minority because I would say, hey, it's good for gaming because it forces Sony to have to get this like PC thing
Oh.
in gear. You got to get these subscriptions.
Healthy
going.
competition is
But-
necessary.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. It's just gonna. You think like Sony's gonna pack it up and just go fucking home? Is like
And
I look at
Nintendo's
this
not
like a
worried
correction.
because
Sony
Nintendo
has
has
been
always
winning.
done their own thing.
Microsoft as a company. It's
I
not
haven't
just.
bought a Nintendo system in a long time. Sorry.
I think what we're seeing now with this, though, in a way, there's a divide in terms of the content, though, because Microsoft in general is focused more on content,
Service.
community service building, where
It's a
Sony is more personalized, single player.
Their online,
focused.
their online
the-
is still garbage.
look at the
Which is
compa-
why
no,
it's
look at the
single player
company.
exclusive
trash.
focus.
Look
you
how
know?
old Sony is.
Yeah.
Look how it's structured.
Yeah.
The Sony PlayStation division.
You mean not
is-
changing the fucking thumbstick since 1995?
No,
yeah.
I'm saying like the Sony
Thank you.
division based on compared to Microsoft, that's like a horizontal tech company that clearly is capitalizing on the cloud space beyond Xbox. It's not even just an Xbox decision.
Right.
It's a fucking Microsoft decision. They can
Absolutely.
see the success that they've had, and that's why they're willing to open that wallet.
Yeah.
Sony's not sitting there as like the big part of
Right.
Sony going, how can we spend $100 billion right now? I just don't think that they're willing. based on how much
It would
money
be
it's
funny though if
bringing
they
in.
started to acquire like Japanese studios like Capcom or Square Enix.
They're pretty
you
selective.
You can tell
pretty funny.
based on the
I would be pissed.
the
But
progressiveness of Microsoft and the reserve nature of Sony. You can tell that Microsoft is an American-based corporation,
Yeah,
and Sony is a
100%.
Japanese-based corporation, because what Sony's
Look at
doing
Nintendo.
is very, and Nintendo as well. Yep, that is very much like Japanese business culture. They're very reserved. A big move takes months and months of bullshitting between executives.
It's a
and,
weakness for
you
sure.
know, yeses and nos. And I remember I was listening to the Trash Taste podcast, and they had mentioned something about Nintendo where by the time, with Nintendo, if you think about it, think about what was that cardboard shit they made up?
That was terrible.
Yeah, but how Nintendo managed to make something like that, and it wowed people. The amount of decisions and the amount of approvals that would have had to go into that. And
fucking wow me.
well, when you think of Nintendo, for example, about how rarely they innovate, and Sony as well, how
they
Look
innovate.
how fucking
They just don't
successful.
update.
It's crazy how successful Nintendo still is. It's like,
No. Sony and Nintendo innovate. I mean, the controller
oh yeah,
on the PlayStation 5 is innovative. The Switch
System's great.
itself
Yes,
is innovative.
but
What they don't do on Nintendo side is they don't fucking update. They're not in
That's-
with the times.
that's what I'm
They're
getting
at
to,
30
though.
frames on their fucking consoles. They're not even in 4K yet.
That
So
is
they're
smart.
just
You know
not.
why?
that's what I'm
Because
trying to
when
get to.
Oh, sorry. I was just
That's
going to
okay.
say, when you're in supply chain hell, you want access to parts you can get cheap. You don't want to have cutting edge shit because you clearly can't manufacture it at the clip that they want. So I think in terms of business, what they're R&Ding at Nintendo is probably very impressive. I'm sure they're working on more things with hand controls, VR. The old
I don't get into
Nintendo used to
VR
be
though.
really
Can't
cutting
get into
edge because they used to. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Shit.
It seems like I don't know.
With the
It has
VR
to-
is
it
not
has to really-
sustainable because they want you to keep playing, and you can't keep playing in VR.
Oh,
I find that it gets old after a while.
I could.
have
If they
to
made
take it
GTA
off.
VR, man, you'd never see me again.
I can.
guess
I
so.
can. I can play it in
How many
first
fucking headaches you'll get
person
with that?
mode.
yeah, I know. Right?
The-
This guy's migraines.
The big thing.
Put a headset
Wearing
on,
the thing
fucking
for 3
earmuffs
seconds, you're
for
probably
30
gonna
hours a day.
I have the
Fuck
thing
this
in the
week.
next room. Try it on. See how it feels.
When they make
wanna
it
try
right,
that,
when they
though. I'd
make
like
it
to have some fun.
comfortable,
We should
when
do
it
that.
doesn't fucking fuck up your eyes,
hooked
I
up
can't
that
wait.
You know what's unsustainable though? The only thing that kind of annoys me because now it's a service I have to subscribe to all the fucking time.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
death by a million pricks. It's just
yeah.
bleeding me out. Nintendo service, PlayStation service, Xbox service.
They just leak money
And
from
then
you
I
every month.
forget. And
Yeah.
then, it's like,
You got a $300 bill every
And then
month.
you got all the
oh,
streaming
you said
services
Peacock
that you want
has
to watch
this
shows.
Joe
Yeah, right.
Montana thing, and then
Right.
fucking ESPN has the Tom
Yeah.
Brady thing, and then
Paramount's
it's like
gonna
10,
have the
15.
Halo show.
I'm paying
It's-
$200,
yeah.
$300 a month for fucking
And
Yeah,
your
yeah,
powers
yeah.
combined,
And-
I am the same as cable.
So I'm dead. And you want to tell
Twice as
me
much.
you think fucking Microsoft isn't going to raise the price of fucking Game Pass? You're fucking
absolutely.
stoned because that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're losing money on Game Pass right now,
Yeah.
and they're not going to be sitting back like, how can we lose more money? They're going to say
Even still, if
We're
they raise
losing
it
money selling
$5,
the
it's still
console,
fucking
losing
worth it.
it's good marketing though. But Xbox is one of their best brands. It's their best consumer brand because beyond Windows, which is just
Probably.
yeah, and something to this generation, this culture. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing I think that they're also looking at it as. It's part of their marketing budget. Like, look how dominant we are in the press. Look how much it appears Sony is losing this battle, quote unquote. And you're like,
I don't think it's a battle at this
I don't
point.
either. It's
It's
business.
a-
It's just
it's
business.
a
If
different
you're-
trail
if
of
you're
Sony
thinking
and
like it's a
Microsoft don't
war-
hate each other in the ways that the
No.
media would have you believe.
and there's always ways when you're talking about business to come to a deal. And it's
MLB
like,
The Show was on Game Pass.
yes,
Yeah.
you know what I
Sony
mean. It's
franchise
just possible.
Microsoft too. You can tell with the way they're pushing and the boundaries they're kind of breaking with their innovation in many ways. You can tell it is a very American business mindset. What I was kind of alluding to before, the problem with Sony and Nintendo is that with the Japanese business, there are so many approvals you have to go through that by the time they get the yes for the decision on the innovation,
Too late.
that is already gone.
You're steering the
new has
Titanic.
popped up. So with a lot of these businesses,
Your life is in your hands, dude.
Nintendo and Sony, they're
Don't say
probably
that, man.
thinking way far
say it.
ahead, and they're probably planning decisions way far ahead. But it's months of approvals and trying to figure out how to steer ahead of the curve while everyone else is innovating. How their next big push is huge, like PlayStation, for example. The adaptive, feedback in the controllers. I could not imagine the amount of approvals and the time it would take to get Sony to change the position of the
Please.
joystick.
Oh, if they do it, I'll buy a PlayStation
They would.
tomorrow.
They would never. It would be
Just fucking do
impossible.
it.
It'd be
Fucking-
impossible. It's you know.
Cocksuckers.
Nintendo, when they made the Switch, how fucking crazy people were over that. Like how innovative and how
Fucking Nintendo changes their controller every go.
Yeah,
every go
totally.
around. They're just like,
It's-
oh, we're doing something new.
It's but they make huge leaps and bounds. Microsoft tends to take smaller steps, but a lot of these foreign companies are taking large calculated leaps forward. And I'm sure
Microsoft is a software first company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
got
The
a
others
ton
are
of cash,
hardware
dude.
companies.
They got a ton
Well, Nintendo
of cash. They've been killing it in the cloud space with Azure.
Yeah,
They've,
Nintendo was the most cash-rich company in the world a year ago.
Nintendo, yeah.
Nintendo, yeah.
Jesus.
So
And I'm telling you, they've been outselling all the other consoles because, of course, supply chain affects that number. But even still,
I think
people will be buying
Nintendo
it.
reaches a broader audience because
Yeah.
it reaches
Casual.
the nostalgia
Yeah.
audience and it reaches kids. It
Party
reaches the
games.
younger audience.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
system
good-
my
it's a
niece
big
has.
market.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Xbox, PlayStation doesn't really appeal to kids until they get to around 12,
Teen,
13, around there. So I think Nintendo definitely has like that market like on a stranglehold.
Think about it. If you're a parent,
Is-
do you want to spend $500 on a PlayStation that's a pain in the ass to get, or do you want to get them like
Here's
a
the-
fucking however
Depends
much
on how
your Switch
spoiled
is,
your
200,
fucking kid
300?
is.
At the end of the
Am I
day, I
wrong?
think one of the best
Wanna split hairs
questions to
here?
ask yourself is it good for gamers? Because that's what we are. I have no investment otherwise. Is that purchase is Xbox acquiring all the publishers and all the developers? Is that good for gamers?
I think it's going
I
to
don't have
improve
an
the
answer.
quality of those studios. I think
hope.
it's going to improve the quality of the games because now they're going to be under another lens of like scrutiny, another lens of like, oh, it has to go through Microsoft certification now before they can put this shit out. So maybe that's one of the
I
reasons
think
why.
a lot of
Microsoft's
companies
track
learned their
record,
lesson
though.
after Cyberpunk's following.
Oh,
God, yeah.
That's a whole other. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're talking about.
Yeah.
What did we say before? Investing in or testing.
Oh yeah,
They're
you're
basically using the internet as
yeah.
and
They're,
everybody has like a broad
patch,
beta
patch,
test.
patch.
you're paying
patch,
to be a
patch.
QA tester now. That's the
Yeah.
the general populace is paying to be a bug tester and QA tester for these companies, which is smart. Smart by the big guys because they're cutting big salaries for for the regular people to do it and find it out.
I just appreciate when a game comes out and it feels complete.
yeah,
It
absolutely.
feels polished
yeah. You don't get that
Um,
nowadays that much.
sometimes. And when you do, it's usually like a game of the year, kind of like Halo Infinite. The
takes
single player
It was
campaign,
polished,
polished,
you
very,
know.
very
Yeah,
well
yeah.
done.
It was small, but
There was a new one that came out called Inscription that I heard was really good. It's an indie game, but it's like a card-based game that's apparently really cool. Check that out.
I wonder if they're going to give The Witcher 3 a facelift.
They are.
anytime
It's
coming.
soon.
Yeah.
it got
Oh, yeah,
delayed
they're gonna
because of the
do an
Cyberpunk
update
for
shit,
that,
and they had
yeah.
to address that. And then
Put
Yeah.
that.
You only
fire
have
out
so many
before they
resources.
start.
Cyberpunk still hasn't been updated yet either. With the-
Cyberpunk is not back on the PlayStation Store yet. Still, I think.
I think it might.
I just beat Cyberpunk, and I do want to say again, phenomenal
guy.
game. Played on PC, phenomenal game.
I got through like the intro part.
I want to play Sifu. I believe it's pronounced Sifu.
Sifu.
It's that fucking
It's
kung
like
fu.
Sifu, I eat it.
Sifu.
See them, but I don't believe
Can't
them.
wait. The hand-to-hand combat looks like it has whatever knives, nunchucks. I don't know, Bruce
Really
Lee
interesting.
style shit.
It does look really cool.
Really interesting.
What are you
I have
guys
that
looking
pre-ordered.
forward to in 2022 in terms of gaming? Like, don't go like
God of
too
War.
far, but like the next couple of months, I would say, February, March, April, May.
I've been foaming at the mouth for God of War.
We're probably not going to get God of War till like October, November, like fall, if that.
I was looking at the release schedule for everything, and I was kind of like, "There's not.
What
I
is
don't.
coming up?
I don't see it."
So February, you have Dying Light 2, which looks really cool.
That'll be.
Is that exclusive?
Dying Light's a great
No.
game series. Great game series.
great game series. I
It's like a
love that.
first
Did we play
person
Dying
assassin-
Light?
We used to play Dying Light.
multiplayer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was fun.
It's
Yeah. It was a
co-op.
good time.
It's got co-op.
Yeah.
We're
There's
definitely
some
gonna
crazy
fucking play the
stuff in
shit
that
out of
game.
that.
Well,
You have Elden Ring coming out. I mean,
that's
Elden
right.
Ring. I
That's
don't even
not
know
my
anything
kind of
about
game.
it.
Elden Ring looks like
I-
a banger.
That's a hardcore RPG. It's like
Dark Souls.
Dark
It's a
Souls level.
Soulsborne game.
yeah.
I don't know,
but
I don't know if
open
I'm
world.
gonna play that though. I don't know.
From what I've
It's one I'll
heard,
buy
it's
in,
not
like-
as hard as the other Dark Souls games or
I'll just
Bloodborne,
play
but-
The Lion King on Sega Genesis.
WWE 2K22. I
It-
just showed you guys that recently. They released a trailer for that.
That'll be
Any
pretty good.
significant updates to it, or is it? the
They
same shit?
they actually postponed this game for 2 years.
Well,
so
yeah.
They haven't had a game out in 2 years.
Let's
The
talk
last
about
one was
that.
a mess,
Yeah.
I heard.
The last
Yeah,
one
it
that they
was.
came out with was a horrible mess.
Glitchy.
Wasn't it like
glitchy.
so horribly bugged that some people couldn't even play it?
Yeah.
You would
And
get stuck
so-
in the ropes. The fucking faces would start falling off the fucking characters. and it would look just really fucking weird. Like the clothing would just like the hair would like.
That's it. He's dead.
That's it. He's dead.
But then didn't
killed him.
they also like
As God is my witness, he's broken in half.
they fired like half the studio,
Yeah.
and they were saying it was just
Cleaned
a really
house.
shitty place to work, and then like they
Right.
slashed the budget, so there was no game for like the past 2 years. And
Right.
they came out with this bullshit Ugats
Yeah.
fucking
That was terrible.
Battlegrounds game that nobody
Ballers.
played.
I like the
Bob-
Battlegrounds game.
Bobblehead
Played
thing?
that? Wow.
Was- I actually I got it. Yeah, I think I got
Ah.
it for free. I think it was available on the PlayStation. Like
It was.
Gold.
There's a reason
Really?
it's free.
And
Yeah.
no, I enjoyed it. It was cartoony. It wasn't meant to be taken
We
seriously.
need to get back to the days
and not
of
for
No
nothing.
Mercy.
There's a
WrestleMania 2000.
decent like cast of characters. in that game.
Yeah. The roster's not
They
bad.
have everybody.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
everybody.
The roster's been good
It's
in the
not-
WWE.
Randy
it's not-
Savage,
recently.
Sergeant Slaughter, Hulk Hogan. They're all in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean that's easy to do though. Like I want a game with good physics, and it looks like
Right.
it's shaping up to be pretty good.
A good reversal system is
That's-
key in a pro wrestling game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
agree.
makes you have really good stories
a
while
good
you're playing
stamina
against your
system.
friends.
right?
You know.
Yeah.
Is that 2K?
2K. Yeah.
Man, I wish they would be able to make football games again.
Oh, 2K, NFL 2K, the best football games of all
Fucking
time.
Madden.
The
Madden's
last one
awful.
that came out, NFL 2K 2, which is 2002, in my opinion, till this day, it's one with Terrell Owens on the cover, is the greatest football game of all time.
Probably better than.
Not even
I'm
close.
telling you, I play.
Any
I
fucking
got.
piece of shit Madden that's come out in the last.
I had
It's
Madden
awful.
17
Terrible.
was like the latest one I had, and then they were offering the new one at 50% like plus off. So I was like,
Yeah, that was the last one I bought too.
They're all on
Same
Game
fucking
Pass.
the
thing
same
though. It
fucking-
comes out yearly.
It's the same
Garbage.
fucking thing.
Comes
That's
out
worse.
yearly. Fucking.
They
You
need
know,
to
Yeah,
re-
but
they
I
need
got
to
the
re-up
game for
that
2
game.
months of Game Pass. You know what I mean? I own the game.
Because I've
that's
never
it.
heard anything positive about those games
It's
the last
awful.
I
5
don't have
years.
to pay fucking.
You bought the
R.I.P.
EA
John
Game
Madden,
Pass?
by the way. You know.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
hey.
John Madden.
Love
yeah,
John
the
Madden.
Falcon
Boom!
baby. Yeah.
You bought the
My
EA.
era.
You got EA Game Pass to play Madden 2.
no,
You should do that. It's $5 a month, and you get to play the year
Like I
before that Madden.
and you get the Sims.
I got.
You get Sim stuff.
I just want the one game. I bought it for $30. I'm done. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't need to think like, oh, my subscription. Because then I look at my
Next
phone and then
subscription.
all of a sudden I get a notification. It's like, bing. Oh, that's $5 to whoever. Oh, 10. Oh, Netflix
I
just
just
went
don't-
up to whatever.
$30.
18. What the fuck? You know, like
Netflix $5 a year.
paying for internet,
Netflix
you know,
just
paying
raised
for all
the
these
price a
services,
dollar.
Yeah, they did.
paying for my fucking phone. Like, you know, you're paying for all
Um,
these things and you're like, I'm getting wrecked here.
You know, I have to say, I'm kind of like, I mean, I haven't really been into video games as much lately. I've been playing Age of Empires 4 a lot. The only game I'm really looking forward to this year, besides God of War 2, is there's a Dune game coming out, which I'm very excited for. It's a Dune
It's really
strategy game.
I don't like when the movie Dune is in my chocolatey drink.
It's in your eyes.
I fucking love Dune. I'm a big fan of the Dune universe. I actually have a Dune board game that's phenomenal to play. I've been playing that a lot lately, but I don't know. I think I'm like, I don't want to
I'll
say
play
I'm
in the kitchen this Sunday.
I don't want to say I've
Feels
fallen
rough
out
on
of
my
love
skin.
of video games, but I definitely prefer board games and tabletop games more at this point than video games.
I haven't played a board game in a while. Like to sit down and play a board game. I used to play them with my like parents and stuff.
Well,
Like,
bring 'em over. I got a
but
bunch.
I find that like I enjoy video games far more than board games.
I don't know. For me, I don't know. Maybe it's just a camaraderie thing. But when I get
I
all
think
my
it's the
friends
convenience.
together,
I can put this on and it immerses me in the world for me instead of
that's what I
rolling and waiting for my turn. I hate turn-based.
The
shit.
immersion
I
aspect.
think that's why I don't like JRPGs. I don't like waiting my turn.
Well, I mean, well, you played Final Fantasy VII remake. That was.
I did like that a lot, but
yeah.
that was more like hack and slash.
It is a JRPG though. Technically.
It is, but it's not like I
It's
have
not
to
that
go through a
style.
menu to
It's not
punch somebody in the
turn-based.
face.
Yeah, it's not turn-based. I don't know. I enjoy that personally,
Turn
because
around.
it's a strategy
Every now
thing.
and
But
then.
I don't know. I'm
What
also
else
a
is
big
coming
weeb.
out this year? I mean, I
Turn
know.
around.
Speaking
The-
of,
the-
are we gonna get like the next part of Final Fantasy? When are we
Yeah.
expecting that?
I-
What are they up to? 16, 17?
Oh my god.
no, I'm not even
67
talking about
remake.
that. I'm talking about the 7 remake.
Oh,
Seven
it's gonna
remake
be
part,
like
two. I'm assuming there's going to be an announcement this summer because I recall hearing.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
I recall
Man,
hearing
just
the
think-
year or the year before that the Japanese voice actors had a tweet that posted where they had mentioned they finished their recordings. For
Oh,
their,
good.
it was Cloud and Tifa's voice actors had. I think they mentioned that they were.
I played it in Japanese.
I played in English. The English cast. Is
Cloud. I
Basically,
love that shit.
I expect everything to be delayed a year. Like I
Yeah.
basically have that expectation right now that anything that was gonna come out
Yeah.
now
Delayed.
delayed.
I
You know what
just-
I mean for obvious reasons.
I would
It's
like
not-
them to make a
it
trailer
just sucks.
and just say coming soon so that they can at least acknowledge the fact that yeah, it's coming. It's
working
coming.
on it.
Wait on it. I
We
mean,
got some people there.
we all know it's coming, but I think it's a matter
Just
of
It won't make you feel any better because that just makes you more like blue balled, you know.
in
Like
a way. I don't
they
know.
announced Elder Scrolls like 2
Just
years
talking about
ago
blue
now,
balls
and
jizz all the time.
and we're all
Elder Scrolls
fucking.
6.
I'm used to waiting a while for like a big release though, because I'm a big weeb. I'm more into JRPGs, so
A
I'm
what?
used to waiting like 5 years.
What did you just call yourself?
Weeb? You never heard that before?
No.
It's like a
Weeaboo?
like, you know how the geeks are like
Weeb?
into comics, well, weebs are into anime.
Yeah, weebs are the anime side of it, you know.
Weebs are anime geeks.
Geeks
You learn something every day.
You
And
do.
knowing is half the battle.
G.I.
yeah.
Joe.
I'm the weeb of this group here, besides Rob. Rob's the second closest to me, but I'm more into JRPGs, and I'm used to waiting like 5 years for a follow-up title. So I'm patient for this. I want them to nail the second part as much as they nailed the first part.
Fair. You know, when they rush shit, you know.
Yeah, first part's my
Sounds all
favorite
like
game
shit.
of all time. So, the second part I just hope will be.
And I hate the original one. God forgive me. I tried, you know.
The original 7
Yeah, I toppled like the first part and then like
got lost when
And
they were
I'm like,
outside
yeah,
of
I'm
the
done with
city,
this.
and you're
Yeah.
like, where do I
Justin
go?
Joe's with me, never
Dunes? Do I
played
go to the
Final
ocean?
Fantasy.
Well,
No
it's
idea what
slow.
they're
It's
talking
turn-based. There's
Doesn't
there's
appeal
no
to me.
There's
voice
fucking
acting.
too
There's
many.
no,
How am I
like,
gonna? I don't know. You should play it
mission.
sometime.
What
Final
am I
Fantasy
doing?
20. How many
Shut
are
up.
there?
If you didn't read what the fuck just happened,
How many
I
are
tried
there?
the original Final Fantasy
no
on the
meaning.
NES, and that
Nothing.
really
I've started
fucking
the game
sucks.
multiple times, and that's happened where I would take a break, go back, and go, I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't. Maybe go
Me and
through a
Sweet would
guide
be
and
playing
be like,
WWE
oh, I'm around
2K
here. Let's try
Tag
this.
team
But
fucking table
it's
match.
time consuming as fuck. I would love to see.
I want some hardcore.
That's it.
I would love to see that game in the next 2 years, though. Because
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna. I went
Not where I
to.
left off.
I went to see the Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII.
They're changing the
remake
story.
concert.
though.
Yeah, well,
They altered the end.
so at the end you kill the Arbiter of Fate, and that's meant to be like
Arbiter.
the fate of the story has changed and is now in your hands. Essentially, is what they're kind of
Oh,
alluding
nice.
to. Because like,
So Aerith isn't going to get stabbed in the back?
she should probably.
there's
still
probably
die.
consequences that can lead to it. I'm assuming the next game is more depending on what you
I
do.
heard that somebody found like this hidden thing in the game where you can actually get her back in the one after she gets killed.
I think it was a bug that caused.
Was it a bug?
You could bring her back into the party, yeah, after she
Yeah.
got killed. But I think because what they're at the end of the first game, if you haven't played it yet, spoilers. But at the end of the first game, people from Avalanche, Jesse and Wedge and Biggs,
Yeah.
they come back. I think
You find out that they're still alive.
they're still alive in
Yeah.
the post-credits scene. You
Yeah.
find out and you go, "What the fuck just happened?" After you kill the Arbiter of Fate,
Yeah.
because Barrett gets killed by Sephiroth.
Barrett.
He looks like he gets killed, but was actually saved by one of those ghost things.
I love you, Jamie.
That's how you find out like those ghost things and the Arbiter is controlling fate. So when you kill it, you now open the possibility of things changing. Like, did you see the end credit when the black-haired soldier Zack, actually survives when he fights all those Shinra soldiers?
Yeah.
He dies.
Yeah,
that
that's
scene.
another thing. That,
So when
because
he
I'm not
dies,
familiar with the
he
original
dies.
story.
he
I
dies,
have no
Bunch
idea
of
what the
people
fuck you
who
guys are
are.
talking about.
don't worry
6
about
seconds
it.
from blowing my fucking brain.
Final Fantasy.
Don't worry about it. But
How many are there now?
36.
In the 16, it's like you can. They
78.
They stopped selling the
I was playing
game.
football now.
They stopped selling the
Yeah.
online game because it's so
78.
popular.
There's
It was
7
taking down
Nailed
their
it.
servers.
there's 17
Nailed it.
official, but they're up to 18 official, but they're up to the 16th.
What system did they start on?
PlayStation
Nintendo.
1. Or no, Nintendo, yeah. Final
Yeah, the
Fantasy.
original
NES.
Nintendo.
NES.
Oh, yeah.
NES,
I
yeah.
told
We saw
you, I
the
played it.
cartridge
It was
at
fucking
Blast from the
trash.
Past.
It was a horrible game.
Now they're up to.
I don't know how they have
PS5 or
fucking
whatever.
20 games.
NES, Super
based on that
Nintendo,
first one.
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. On
That's
PlayStation
one game
3,
that the
Xbox.
sequels were better than the original.
Yeah, that's true. Final Fantasy.
It's kind of
You know what I was
it's
thinking?
gonna kind of be a dry year for games towards the latter half of the year. There's really not a whole lot of AAA titles announced yet.
Yeah.
There's some big ones coming out possibly in 2023, like Fable, that Wolverine game.
I hate that
Hell
they
yeah,
tease
I know.
us that because I can't
Yeah.
fucking wait for that now.
I can't wait for Fable. I'm almost just anticipating that God of War gets pushed.
I feel like
would assume
because
it
it's an
will.
expansion and it's not a true.
It's an expansion from. It's not a sequel.
That's a sequel.
It's not. It's technically a part of this game, of the previous game.
Part 2.
It's like part 2, but I don't think it's actually God of War 2. Is that what they're officially?
So it's a
calling it?
DLC you're adding to the original game?
No. It's a separate game.
Are you
for
sure? I thought it was
right
a
now.
brand new engine, brand new next gen experience.
I'm
Yeah,
not
fuck that
100%
then.
about that. Not 100%.
Look
Really?
this up right now, folks. Stay tuned. Continue.
But yeah, I mean, definitely looking forward to it, regardless of what the fuck it is. That game,
It's Norse mythology.
Because,
It's God of War.
in the
Soul
first
Lord.
one,
Yeah.
you had access to the Tree of Life. You know, what's it?
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil, yeah. And now they're adding the territories that were missing from that to this.
Oh,
So
is
that's
that what
why,
it is?
you know, because
so
you
you're
have
using the
Thor.
same machine. And
That's the
fucking-
one Sony
That's what I-
franchise that has stood the test of like multiple console
That's a-
generations.
And they
Because they
evolved
come out
that.
with franchise.
I think
and
you
they
end
just
up in
fall off.
Niflheim at the end, right?
Yeah, that's funny you say that. I was thinking when people have been talking
But
like,
there's been
oh,
some
what
great-
if COD goes exclusive to Xbox? What would fucking Sony do? And I was like, and they should definitely be trying to work on that SOCOM shit because
Oh,
apparently
my God.
everybody.
Bring back SOCOM.
Bring back
Oh,
SOCOM,
please.
and then you
Yes,
just
at least you
fucking
have a-
kill
a
Call of
chance.
Duty. Kill it
Yeah.
with
Call of
SOCOM.
Duty.
Kill it.
Oh no.
Oh, they
Yeah,
had
that was-
Warzone,
yeah,
they
love
had
that.
SOCOM, they had all these franchises, and they just
It
kind of
is-
fell off. Like,
in-
I don't understand.
9th chronological and sequel to 2018 God
Oh,
of War.
cool.
So
Okay, cool.
it is a
It is a
full
full-blown
War
sequel,
2.
yeah.
It is God
Okay.
of War 2. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll still kind of look the same because it wouldn't make sense if you go back to the tree.
It better not fucking look the same. It's on a
It'll
fucking.
be-
But
it'll
what I
be
mean
way
is-
enhanced.
what I mean
Hardware,
is if you
dude.
go back to the tree and it looks totally fucking
I
different.
ain't spending
it's not gonna make
$500 on a
Yeah,
fucking system
well,
and it
yeah,
looks like last
exactly.
year's
The
console.
art,
Come
the
on,
art
man.
style, the
sense.
things
no,
that
fuck
are
that.
graphics
It's not
should
gonna
be-
look like
the
the last
graphics should be
console.
better,
Come on.
but it's
amp
They
it
even
all
gave a
up.
facelift to the last
Well,
one.
look at that Unreal demo, that Matrix Unreal demo.
I haven't
I did
played
fucking
it
play
yet.
that.
That's
I did fucking play that. That was nuts.
That's
I
a-
downloaded it, but I
You haven't
haven't
seen
checked
that?
it out.
No,
yet.
So Unreal Engine released, a demo of their new engine, their Unreal Engine 5, I believe.
Yeah.
It's in beta. I
Bananas.
think right now or alpha. You could get access to it if you're a developer.
Oh.
But yeah, they did a whole Matrix experience. So
Yeah.
you're not Neo or doing anything crazy or
Running
shooting,
around
but
the
It's the
city.
world, though.
it's the whole world built
Yeah.
out. They're showing off the lighting, all of the texture
That's cool.
and it's definitely
It's
the
next gen.
first next gen thing
It's
you're
next gen,
really
next
seeing.
gen.
Oh
So
wait.
until we get those engines, I'm like,
It's not even fully rendered with like damage to like the
No.
city or the cars or
it's
anything.
not
Didn't-
optimized at
it's
all.
just- it's
so
Didn't they show a
completely, like, bare
preview
bone.
of that as the PlayStation release?
It's available on
No,
PlayStation
it was
Store
there
and
was like
Xbox
a-
Marketplace to download and try a demo of it.
When
Not
they
the
launched
Matrix
new
movie,
GTA with that kind of
but
thing.
Unreal Engine 5. I thought they
GTA
demoed.
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
getting an
they
update
did
too,
demo
which
that
is-
one
But
where
they're
the
probably
girl's
not
running
getting
through
that
the
fire.
streets
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
okay,
Six,
that-
though?
okay.
Six.
So you
So
know
it's
what? They
also
don't need
interesting
to.
'cause that's
Rockstar
what
They
has
have their
its
own engine. That's really good.
Rockstar's engine
It's
is really
phenomenal
good. The
engine.
Rage
Star
engine.
Wars. So
And what they're
did you
doing
ever
is they're
watch
bringing
the
the
making of
combat
and shit?
system. I'm talking over.
You ever see that 3D room that
They're
they
bringing
have
a
where,
combat
with all the
system from
screens,
Red
it's a
Dead.
giant circle?
Physics.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So Star Wars, Mandalorian, and all the stuff we're seeing now. I forgot what they call the stage now, but it was really just a 360 LED screen, and they would build a set inside of that screen.
What the actual they use, and it's like a hybrid between
Practical effects.
Yeah,
and
practical.
CG.
And, yeah,
It is,
CG.
yeah, it is a hybrid. So
I know
what
you're
they're
talking about,
using
yeah.
to get the info onto the screens is actually a version of like Unreal.
Oh shit!
I believe-
really?
yeah,
That's so cool.
So they're getting
Oh.
they're basically talking about how Unreal is going to be something that can build video games and movies. It'll have movie level.
LucasArts.
Fucking guap right there.
Yeah.
That's some chatter of Unity right there. Real.
Yeah, it's Unreal. Unity's a separate guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
They do all the
Yeah.
mobile shit.
But,
And you're gonna start playing GTA when they update it in March?
Yeah, definitely.
Play again?
You know me. I love GTA. I'm definitely
Me and
always.
Rob are gonna be going.
Ooh.
We gotta.
I haven't been-
We gotta
it's
finish
tough,
the
though. I
Dr.
haven't
Dre
been-
missions.
I have the second part now out of the 3 parts. I'm up to the second.
I have to do everything. Well, I did the first part. We did the first part because I got the first mission after helping the agents.
So what's the status of Halo?
The state of play. I mean,
none of you are fucking playing it, so I
I'm
might
still
as well just
playing.
talk.
I only stopped
When? You
playing-
haven't fucking played it in
I
2
haven't played it
weeks.
for a week.
2 weeks.
That's because I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back to normal.
Fuck your sleep
It's
schedule.
fucking
Get on the
totally
goddamn
wrecked
game,
my sleep
cocksucker.
schedule.
Yeah,
Totally
that was.
wrecked
I
my
could.
sleep schedule that game.
Work your sister's ass. Get back on the game.
If I
I
didn't
will,
get-
but I
if I
gotta
didn't
be
get
honest,
hurt
man. They
and
do have
sick,
to add
this-
some fucking maps.
I
I just
could-
want to start.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
see?
start.
Yeah.
They gotta add some
They do
fucking
need
maps.
some-
It just came out.
It
It's
just-
2 months old.
And it should have had more maps when it came
So
Holy
now
out.
he's
They
defensive
came out with the
until
game
it's
early.
defensive over
They
Halo.
came out with
What
the
game comes out
Hold on.
that's new now that has more
Right.
than 10 maps?
They came out with the game early and they said at launch we're gonna add a bunch of shit.
All right, they
It
did.
launched. They didn't add anything.
A couple of new modes. You haven't
They
played
used-
that new mode yet.
Oh,
I
shit.
played the
Attrition.
new mode. It's the same shit. It's just Slayer, but except at the end you might be able to revive somebody. That's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the
Little
event.
twist,
I mean, I
little
played a
twist.
little bit of it. It's
I
pretty
bought, I
cool.
bought the shader
It's
because
big.
it's neon pink and black like the Hitman Bret Hart because Mason's my favorite. So I had to get that. I got a fucking purple mohawk now.
Like that.
Yeah.
See, I don't care about that. I just wanted to unlock the first thing, which is him holding a pistol.
Yeah,
you know
because
me
you're the
with
pistol guy, and,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
now
so-
my stance is the battle rifle because I'm the battle rifle guy.
So we definitely.
I am
I got
one
the
game
samurai
away.
shit.
One game away. Knock on wood. From Onyx,
There you go.
and yeah, top 2,500 over there
Players?
once I reach.
Are you gonna
that
evolve
shit.
it to a Steelix?
Where Rob Francisi reaches platinum.
My
Yeah, no,
computer's
I'm
like not in a good place.
I've never played
right
a ranked
now.
match.
Really? What's
You have.
Well, because my computer's in the basement. So with the computer in the
Video game
basement, so
with
here's the
Ted
problem.
played like
The
5 of
computer's
them
in the basement.
and won
It's
all of
fucking
them.
We got two
freezing.
conversations going.
So good.
No, my excuse for not playing is just because of where my computer is. If my computer was in my room, whole different ball game. But because I got hurt and I got sick,
Yeah.
I was just not going into the fucking basement. And I really can't sit in that computer chair for like an extended period of time.
Yeah.
And Halo was like 2-3 hours
We were-
immediately.
we were-
7
Great.
hours, 8 hours.
Yeah,
I was
me,
playing.
Yao, and
straight
Lil Joe
with-
were on the
Joe
other
were
night.
playing 8 hours. 8
we
hours straight.
don't want to talk about that on camera.
100%.
we fucking ordered food in the middle of the night. Yeah, let's get
Hell
some
yeah.
McDonald's at 3 in the morning,
Nice.
and we're still fucking playing Halo.
I love
It
that
was
shit.
fun,
I
We
man.
even
I
watched
was
an episode of The
enjoying it,
Witcher.
though.
We watched an episode of The Witcher, and we're like, I want to go back to Halo.
Yeah, yeah. The whole
I was
time we were
like, do
watching.
you want to watch episode 2? He's like, nah, I kind of want to go back and play fucking Halo.
The thing I like about Halo is the arena style because it's like the repetition. The thing I that drives me away from battle royale is all that
waiting,
waiting,
you die, you
and
have to wait an hour.
anticipating, and build
Why?
up. Yeah,
you,
it's tough.
You wait an hour. Yeah.
I
no.
get kind of distracted.
No.
I get lulled to sleep. I
Yeah.
would call it. I would just be like rocked to sleep because there wasn't enough action
Yeah.
in the space. So I would just.
You
be
have
like,
to be laser focused to be on Halo at all times. To
Yeah,
fucking
you got to
do-
be on it. You know, you're getting reps. You're getting. You know, you're gonna build skill quickly.
Communication has to be
love
on
that.
point.
Just team.
you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and
That's
Sweet are
terrible
screaming
about
our
it.
asses off.
I
He's
just-
won.
I
He's
don't
won.
say
He's
anything
won.
for an hour.
You guys
Yeah,
just
Rob
fucking
just
drop
disappears.
markers with up on the D-pad. That's all I really want.
All he says
man.
all night is fucking mark it. Mark it
Just put
zero.
Marks.
Mark it.
Up on the
I like being-
D-pad.
yeah, left
Mark
side,
it
up
zero,
high,
dude.
down
I never
low,
mark
left
anything.
side,
I'm
left side,
the worst
center.
player.
That wins
Yeah.
games. That wins games.
What
I
is
just
great
die
about playing with
constantly.
Joe is there are so many times where I get somebody down to one shot. I'll fucking shoot 3 guys, weaken them all and nothing,
Ding, ding, ding,
and
ding.
then die. I didn't get a single kill. And thankfully, when I play with Joe, there's always the
Mopping it
follow up
up.
that at least 1 or 2 of them die.
Yeah, Joe's a beast, dude.
I
Joe's
haven't.
a
played
I'm
laser.
better than
Halo
Joe
since
now, though.
like the first month.
We know that you haven't played with us at all.
Ouch.
I have
we're,
played.
we're well aware
I've
of that.
played
Zach.
maybe 20 hours of Halo. And
No,
I
but I'm a
stopped.
semi-pro MLG Halo player.
Yeah,
I come through,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you
What
haven't
do you guys
played one
like?
fucking game with us yet.
I used to
Nothing.
when I was younger, I used to play at MLG.
So 2 years ago, what are you talking about?
No,
Oh.
when I was in like
Oh.
high school.
High school.
Yeah, high school. I guess if you want to say 2 years ago, sure. Compared to you fucking guys.
I will say, man, I went back and I played the
Went to
Master
school with a
Chief Collection.
dinosaur and Moses.
I played around a Halo Reach, and like, man, it seems so aged
Can't
now.
do it right.
It's
Yeah.
so aged
You can't
compared
do
to
it. You
Halo.
can't run. You can't like sprint. You can't.
Well,
like,
you
for a
can with the
science
armor
project.
abilities, but
shit. Fuck those armor abilities. No, Halo Infinite's phenomenal. I can't put it down.
Halo Infinite is great. The only reason I'm putting it
Holy
down is
shit.
because I just need to get my sleep schedule back to normal. But they do need to add some fucking levels.
All
They
right.
really do. It's the
I would
same
say-
fucking levels, and I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Listen,
I'm gonna
as
keep
soon as
playing.
Forge comes
I
out
felt
in
like
March,
the campaign
you'll be able
was
to add
super
all the
short,
levels
too,
you
for
want.
like a game
Alright.
that hasn't returned
Forge will be
for a
good.
while.
I didn't.
It's coming,
I
it's
thought the
coming.
campaign was mid.
I finished it like
finish it.
Yeah.
mid's at best.
Yeah.
What?
Mids
The
at
campaign
best.
was like a 6 out of 10.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, whoa,
Started
whoa,
off
whoa, whoa.
on-
I
9 out
never
of 10.
play the Halo campaigns, and I like
best.
this
That is a
one.
9
I
You
didn't
never
beat it.
played the Halo campaign?
No.
Never
I
gave a shit. I
What
played.
the fuck
I
is
played
wrong
the
with
Reach.
you?
I
No,
played
I would
Reach.
give the Halo
Holy
campaign a
shit.
7 out of 10.
No, it's
And
a
I
9.
say that because I feel like
Did you rush
If
through it and not collect everything and
if
not
Kena
fucking
Bridge
do
is
everything?
No,
Yeah,
I
like
did
all your-
most. I did like 80%.
if Kena Bridge of Spirits was an 8,
Fucking
then,
way. You're out of your
then
element.
Halo was a
I
7.
It's an easy 9, hands down.
Eh.
Best Halo
I'm
campaign
basing
of
it
all
on
time.
that
Better-
because
you
guess
give
what?
Kena
I
better
didn't
score
collect
than
all the
Halo,
shit
huh?
in Kena Bridge
Yeah.
of Spirits either.
Once the
Had a
co-op
similar
comes out for Halo
experience.
Infinite, we play it again together. You have more fun with it.
I don't know. It was okay.
I know. You
I
don't
did-
play video games though. You just
That's
said
the
it's gotta
thing.
be
That's the
tabletop.
thing.
It
Like-
wasn't a compelling story to me though.
Mhm.
I hated how all the lore was in audio logs, and I was like,
If it was in Japanese, you'd like it better.
"No, that's not true."
I
That's
feel
not-
I'll
like
go fuck
it just
myself.
didn't have a good. It just didn't. I don't know. The story wasn't really compelling. It was all
it
right.
was it was a rocky. That,
Well,
that game was fucking rocky for sure. He was Balboa it up, dude. That game did not launch like perfect because they pushed it back a year. Thank God.
This
What
debate is
launched
back.
is good, but it's definitely not the whole game. It's you're waiting on the co-op.
trickle.
You're waiting on the fucking Forge.
Yeah.
Waiting on new maps. You're
want
waiting on probably new
assassinations.
game modes.
They got rid of assassination.
I feel like those are dead. I
No,
don't
they
know. I don't
said
see
that
those a
they
lot.
said they're not available at launch, which makes me think that they'll bring them back. I mean, they were a beloved part
Oh,
of
we're
Halo
about to come out
Reach
with
and
domestic
Halo
games.
4.
Microsoft, and that's what makes me go, oh, they bought Activision. Like, all right, we'll see.
You know why they'll bring it back? Because they can sell.
They'll be able to put the games
They'll be
on
able
the
to
service,
sell
no problem.
different assassination animations like they do in Call of Duty. That's
Well,
why
the,
they'll bring
the
it
only
back.
downside of Halo is it lost like I think
Pay to play
100,000
shit.
players recently too.
I'm not
So.
playing it.
Remember when you bought a
love
video
it.
game and it was complete?
That's why I'm not playing
I
Halo.
just said that like an hour ago.
Like, remember that though? You pop in the cartridge and
I started The Witcher 3 actually because my cousin's been going in on it since the
He's
season
back on
2
Halo
came
now.
out.
He's done with The
I
Witcher.
guess the
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog was the first DLC.
He platinumed
Then
it. He
had
fucking
Tails.
did everything in that game. So yeah, Joe got the Xbox Series X
Loving it.
because he was pissed about the S.
Piece of shit.
Well, and Mike kept getting kicked out of the game.
Well, Mike
How-
had an Xbox One. That
Yeah,
was
like
a
the
whole other
fucking
Oh,
generation
that
one.
he was playing on? Yeah.
But you got a new
Which was
Xbox
a
now,
great
right?
game.
It does.
Which is cool. It's another game that just suffers from that, like I said with GTA,
Frame rate.
where it's like, oh man,
It's
I just
downtime.
wish
I
it was
can't wait
this
until they give The
much
Witcher a facelift,
better,
and I really hope
but
my
it's
saves
fun.
carry
And the one thing
over,
about The
'cause-
Witcher is it's driven by like pretty clear, I don't know, story. Like
The
it's-
story's
it's-
phenomenal. Yeah,
fuck.
the
I didn't
story
find myself getting-
progression.
Well, you know
And
what?
it's
I think this is a good
it's
segue.
more
Still the same topic,
punchy.
but talking about The Witcher and story. I want to talk about the TV show because the next season just came out. But I do want to
Excellent.
say, as far as story goes, I don't know what the
I
fuck
watched
they're
the first
talking
season.
about. I don't know. Maybe I need to play the games to understand.
Read the
Even the
books.
games, bro. You'd have to go back and play like I guess the first one because they really do. I think
even
things that I'm deciding in this game are based on things from 2 because they were like I don't know. It seemed like I was reliving something because I saw a character that was apparently in Witcher 2, and it was having me make these decisions because you do the conversation trees
Yeah.
with everybody, and I was like, man, these guys are referencing some shit I definitely did not do. You know, so
Sometimes
this
I
must
just
be from
look up guides and shit because I just don't know.
Well, there's, I mean, for Witcher,
Steep-
you have the books, which are like the real, like the kind of like Game of Thrones.
Like a
It's-
Polish guy, right? In the 50s or something? Or when was that written?
I have no idea. I mean, from what all I'm,
No, it wasn't that long.
I don't think it was that long ago, but it was The Witcher. Like the books are the core. Then they made the games, so, and like Witcher 1 is like a archaic, like was not loved that much. 3 is the one that was loved the most because it was the most compelling narrative, great story and character development. Combat, was very familiar to a lot of people, hack and slash, and there were things to do, and there, to talk to, and it was like it felt like a real world in many ways when you go around like Nilfgaard, and I'm trying to think of the other place.
I feel like the show is doing a good job at, capturing that narrative.
I never read the books, so I couldn't tell you. What I can tell you is that I personally think Triss was miscasted because she's like Triss is like almost like I don't know. She's very Yen is like very smart and very persuasive and very like sexual in a way. Like she very much says like she's using her sexual energy to like get what she wants in the world.
Yeah.
Chris is very like calculated, but she's kind of in a way very similar to Yen in that. I just think a lot of people have gripes with it because they kind of didn't write her very well. She's not really like true to how she is in the games, at least, from what we've seen so far.
What the fuck is the rule of surprise? I still don't understand. What is chaos? What is the meaning of this shit?
Chaos is magic.
Chaos is magic, and like what brings like all the bad things into the world.
Is it always bad? Magic?
Usually.
Okay.
You know. What I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Magic's
Chaos?
always dangerous.
Yeah,
I'd say
magic
magic's
is-
a dangerous. It's consistently a dangerous thing.
It depends on the wielder and the responsibility.
Fucks
of
up
the wielder.
Superman real bad.
It does.
It's yeah. I mean,
What is this
I
rule
find
of
Fucking Henry
surprise?
Cavill
a
loves
rule of
doing it,
surprise
that's for
is when
sure.
you owe a
Oh.
life debt to
Henry
somebody.
Cavill's the biggest geek.
So
he outdoes everybody.
basically,
Every one
the
of
rule of
us.
surprise
He is a
is-
huge nerd.
you can request anything from the person at another date, and they have to, by honor, abide to it. So the rule of surprise was that whatever kid they had
It's the name of
would
the
become
game.
his, essentially. So
Plays
he
Gwent.
decided, I'm not going to cash in on this rule of
Just
surprise.
doing a bout of Gwent.
And the parents die. and he's kind of like forced to take care of this kid. That's like his moral obligation to take care of him.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it's about. Is the first
Serial?
season is about him trying to find this girl, and then the second season is about him trying to protect her now that he has her.
So he owes them.
They
They owe
owed
him. Well, how is
their
that
first
giving? How is
child.
that doing him a favor by giving him their fucking child?
Because you can
Like a
request
burden.
anything, and he said something to get them off his case. He didn't really want anything from them.
Right.
So he's like, all right, well, I'll claim the law of surprise. All right, that'll shut you up.
So they say, "Here's my fucking kid. Here's a burden
They
for
owe
the
you
rest of your life."
firstborn child. Like, I guess.
That's a
You're not-
burden.
you're not muted,
that
right?
seems like they're doing him a disservice as
Should I
opposed to
tell
doing
him
him a
now?
favor. If they owe him a favor, here, take care of my fucking kid. Makes no sense.
Sweet, are you muted? The whole time?
You
got a good one today?
Nah, we're good.
People can actually hear you on this
People
episode?
can hear me, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna shut it down right there. I was gonna say I was watching Peacemaker. Anybody watch Peacemaker?
Yeah, I wanted
That's
to. Yeah.
fucking
I've heard a lot
phenomenal.
of good
I
things.
haven't seen any of the
Funny,
suicide
dude.
movies,
Great.
so I
Me
have
neither.
to
I haven't
I
seen
don't
them
see
either.
first.
I don't know if it's a.
I fucking hate
It'll
John
add to
Cena,
it.
but this is a funny show.
Yeah, James Gunn is fucking.
Oh,
funny.
hold on,
He,
all right.
he
The
writes
intro's
some.
the intro's hilarious.
Sorry, all right.
I
So
met James Gunn.
Well, no. So I like the show. Overall, I like the show. I don't think I like James Gunn. I think that he just can't help himself but just be one of these like shock comics that like I said something fucking ridiculous, so it's funny. And like he just can't help himself. Like
This is the rant of the. He's got a
but
rant every
that's his, I mean, the style.
got a
I've been
but he
fucking
reigns
muted
it-
a
but he
long
reigns-
time.
But he directs
He's
Guardians.
He's unleashed.
Chris has got hemorrhoids this
But
episode.
he's-
He's letting everybody have it.
he directs Guardians of the
He's fucking
Galaxy, so
unleashed.
that would be the example
Oh,
of him
yeah.
being on the
Preparation
leash.
C over
Yeah.
here.
But yeah, when he gets off of it, he was already in deep shit for some jokes he made on
Yeah.
Twitter back
I'm
in
not
fucking
fucking
2012,
surprised,
but
man. Like every I don't
Look
know.
at Bob Saget. Bob Saget's humor was very
Chuck
fucking
Humor,
good. Yeah,
Gilbert
dude, there was some shit in
Godfrey,
there that would get
Daniel
like heavy
Tosh.
duty. So anyway,
Rest in
I-
peace,
I-
Meatloaf,
Dick for
you
Wee.
know?
Yeah, Meatloaf and fucking
Yeah.
So
America's Dad,
Betty
Bob
White,
Saget, dude.
John Madden.
So no, so I know
RIP.
what you're saying. though.
In
I would say
memoriam.
with
This is
Peacemaker
Meatloaf.
and
Meatloaf, right?
Meatloaf just died.
welcome to the conversation.
I would do anything for lunch, but I won't do that.
I would do
And Louis
anything
Anderson.
for love.
Louis Anderson died too today.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
really?
right, Louis.
Get the fuck out of here.
You didn't see that?
That's
Yeah.
shit. Rob, you better start losing weight now.
Right?
That's
Well,
true.
maybe I should keep eating. Maybe. I'm 33. I'm fat, white, and funny. I'm supposed to die.
Am I dead
Oh
yet?
my god.
Why is it okay?
Please.
Wait,
Fat
so
guy,
who,
little coat, fat
hasn't
guy,
seen
little
John
coat.
Peacemaker?
Belushi. Chris
You haven't seen it?
Belushi,
What?
Belushi.
you haven't seen
Belushi.
Peacemaker?
I
Foley.
watched the opening. That's it. Just the intro.
Just the
Jesus
intro
Christ.
that's on the
Oh,
internet.
well, the
It's
intro's
trending.
weird.
It's hilarious.
And
Oh.
it changes pretty much every episode, which is funny. They add like an element to it.
Do they?
I believe they add one element because there are people who weren't in the show.
I feel like they were in the first part. I just didn't notice them.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch.
At
But
the
I feel
beginning
like
of
every.
Peacemaker, the whole intro is them just dancing.
Yeah.
but,
I
like,
I don't remember
with no
him catching
expression
the
on their
Ninja
face.
Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
weird,
don't
but
remember the Ninja Kid being in the first one.
I think he was. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what I was
I don't know.
looking for.
it's
It's
a pretty
definitely
good show.
outrageous. It's outrageous.
It's
but-
outrageous.
Over the top, over the line.
Oh yeah, totally.
Sure.
It's in that. When I keep recommending it, I'm like, it's pretty funny.
And what's
and it's
it like?
absolutely
What's it like?
outrageous. It's like it's gonna have humor that some people just won't
John
like.
Cena does a good job. He does.
John Cena's such a big.
Nobody
doof.
saw that one coming.
It's such a. It's so funny.
Can't see him.
He's huge too. The guy's huge.
It's fucking huge.
He like fell on the ground, dude. I was like, this guy is
He's off the crater behind.
gigantic, bro. The fuck?
He's fucking yeah.
So, in light of like superhero show, I think we should segue into our final topic, which is the superhero movie of the year, which is 2 months away, and that's The Batman. And they just announced that it's almost nearly a 3-hour film. I read somewhere that the Penguin is only in it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which would lead me to suspect that there's got to be another major villain.
Riddler, isn't it?
It's the Riddler. There.
Well, the Riddler's in it. We already know about that, but there's got to be another villain.
Scarecrow.
Harvey.
I'm looking forward to it. Willem Dafoe said he'd be very interested to play the Joker.
Oh, I would
But
love that.
he said in something reference to the Joaquin Phoenix Joker or whatever.
Said he
but-
wanted to be like the fake Joker.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, okay, that sounds
I want it
cool.
to be the real
Just
Joker.
hire him
Well,
as the Matt Reeves
so
Joker
facto.
because I think we want to see that. He kind of wants to do it.
That's
He has the face for. Oh my god, he'd be the
yours.
he'd be the best. He would be damn well. You'd have to argue like, could he be better than Heath Ledger? Could he be better than Jack Nicholson?
Going to make this pencil.
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
He's a wild man.
I more Willem Dafoe is better. I mean,
I agree.
The guy's a fucking amazing
Taking it off
actor.
of him.
He's my favorite actor of all time.
All time. Wow.
All time,
Bold
absolutely.
statement.
Willem Dafoe, he's so versatile. Everything he's
Name 5 movies he's been in.
Name 5 movies he's in. Okay, Lighthouse, Spider-Man 1. What's the Boondock Saints? There's another
Isn't
one.
that-
Yeah.
The Florida Project,
All right.
and I know this other one off the top of my head. The Passion of Christ.
He was in
Did
that?
he play Judas?
He was Jesus.
He wasn't fucking
wasn't
Jesus.
It was
No, not the Passion
No.
of the Christ.
No,
he
I'm like-
played Jesus in a movie.
No.
It was
Hold
Mel
up.
Gibson. And
Jesus of
fucking-
Nazareth.
no,
Was
no.
it that?
It was a
Willem Dafoe
Jesus.
is
It was
Jesus.
a. Hold up, I gotta look it up.
Interesting.
That's the next
What
clip.
was that horror
Willem-
movie
Willem
he was
Dafoe
in?
did
Where he played
play.
that character, that creature.
Make a good Pontius
creature
Pilate.
of
The Last Temptation of
Make
Christ.
a good
That's the
conscience.
picture.
I've
He
seen that.
played Jesus in that movie.
And that's interesting.
That's fucking.
I could
All
see
right,
him
he passes the
malnourished on a
test.
cross.
I
I
do
could
pass.
see
All
that.
right.
Passes the test.
There's a few others of
Alright.
his that I still have to watch.
it.
Boondock Saints is my favorite though. The scene when he's
was a firefight.
All right, we went
Oh, it
from
was more than that,
Batman
but-
Matt Reeves to fucking Willem Dafoe talk.
sorry
but
for the tangent.
no,
I just
what's-
needed to gush.
Yo,
what do we-
Multiverse of Madness though is probably gonna be wilder than they're being super like subdued
In the Mount of
about it.
Madness.
I mean, yeah, it looks like they're gonna throw.
I
a
think
ton
they're gonna
at
throw some
everybody.
insane shit. They're just
I don't know
gonna
what
be
to
like,
expect with it. And
Better
how do
than
you top
Cumberbatch meets
Spider-Man?
everybody that ever played a superhero ever.
I don't.
They're gonna bring fucking David Hasselhoff out as fucking Nick Fury. or
Oh,
something.
please, just don't do Ben Affleck as Daredevil, and I'll be
no.
okay.
Yeah, they killed every internet
Please.
rumor. They were throwing everybody
Stop.
out.
Can
there.
I?
Nicholas Cage's Ghost Rider.
Like, what if
Stop it.
Chris Evans comes back as the Human
Oh, yeah.
Torch? It's like, shut the fuck
The
up.
Ghost
No one
Rider.
wants to see that.
Can I just say I kind of wish with the with Batman being about 3 hours long. There was something I saw on Twitter that
Joker's gonna be in it. I'm calling it now.
that I really I agree with in a very strong sense. I think a lot of people would as well. Is that movie theaters should bring back intermissions, like
So you can pee.
so you could
Is my
pee,
fucking
and
back.
you, yeah,
Sit
you could
for-
pee, you could
Bob
get
could
up,
refill his
You could-
popcorn because he
yeah.
already ate it before the movie.
right?
Yeah,
so
it's-
you could
yeah,
walk
it's
it
all
off.
good.
You know?
That's a good idea. 'Cause I get the free refill.
Get the free
Yeah.
refill.
And I'll have
That's it.
popcorn for the end of the movie.
Yeah, and
you
for
know,
the middle too.
You get an hour and a
Yeah.
half. You drink your, you
Yeah.
sculpt
I
down
don't wanna
your
wait
large
an hour
drink.
and a half.
You go take a piss
No,
with
you
everyone
watch
else.
an
You
hour.
get
Oh.
back.
Who said
And you
something
get-
recently
no, I have to
on
go.
Twitter where it's like, oh, you're only going to go to the movies now for major like superhero movies and
Ben
that's it.
Affleck was
Ben
talking
Affleck said
about
that, right?
Matt Damon.
I
Yeah.
don't see that as being like so far fetched to be
Maybe
honest
I
with you.
Yeah, we
Not
talked
at all.
about that.
Is it a
I think
problem,
we've
though?
we've been on that conversation.
Oh,
since
Cinema
we
has always
started
been
this,
about the
was,
blockbuster.
What's the
since-
movie theater built for
Not
now?
really. It used
That
to
was
be
the
date
whole,
night. It
you
used
know
to be
what
fucking
I'm saying,
hang
right?
out
Shit.
night. Not really.
You know what
Romantic
I watched?
comedy.
I watched.
Not
Wait,
really. Huh?
I watched.
Romantic comedy.
This is
Yeah,
gonna have nothing to do
absolutely.
with what we're talking about, but I watched
Watch the
Macbeth.
Hallmark Channel.
Macbeth.
Macbeth.
Oh, with
Oh,
Denzel
Oh,
Washington.
boy. Yeah, dude, that's
That
on
was
Apple
pretty good.
TV Plus. Oh man, that
Was it good?
is you
Is it in black and
need
white the
to
whole
be
time?
into yes. You need to be into Shakespeare. It's
Oh,
it's
up my
play.
alley
It's
then.
play style. It's legitimate. So I'm just like, yo, if I went to the movies to see this, I'd be kind of pissed off because it legitimately was not, my style of movie. It's like a high intellect. You have to interpret what they're saying because they're speaking in, Shakespearean
Thor
verse
speak.
and shit. So you're like,
I need to.
Hmm.
I would watch that because I'm big in the theater. So,
I mean, I can't say it doesn't have great performances or something. The cinematography.
It doesn't need to be an
I don't have the
IMAX
eye for
3D.
that
Go from
shit.
Batman to Macbeth.
But if I went to the movie theater
Willem
to see
Dafoe was
it,
in that too, right?
what?
Was he in that?
What? No, he's
Hold
in the
on.
lighthouse. The movie reminded me
Hold
of
What
the
the
lighthouse. I kept thinking of the lighthouse when I'm watching it.
He's
Hark! Hark! Yeah, exactly.
Triton! Hark!
Did he change the fucking direction of the wind?
So
So yeah, that was tough. So talking about like movie theater experiences and what would you? That's one where it's like it's Denzel Washington. Maybe you're like, oh, I want to go see an intense performance.
Training Day 2.
You would definitely not be. You would be like caught off guard almost. I don't know if you didn't know what to expect. I guess you should know
You
what
were
to
thinking of
expect.
the
when
Hey
you
lighthouse.
Joe,
watch
Training
fucking
Day is an
Macbeth.
overrated movie.
Whoa! What?
Overrated movie.
I thought we were going to stop this podcast. Now you want to keep it going?
Fucking, I got another hot take for you. There it is. Fucking
Oh,
Training Day
fuck
is
your
an
hot take.
overrated movie.
How is it
How is it
overrated?
Yeah. What do you mean? King Kong ain't got shit on me, dude. What are you talking about?
I just don't buy Denzel. I really don't buy him.
He's
I
a
don't.
great character in that.
Oh.
Denzel's an awesome.
Ethan
character
Hawke
in
does a
that.
good job, but Denzel, I just don't buy him. I don't know.
What do you want him to do?
You
I just don't buy him. I don't know. I know he insists upon himself. I don't know. You know?
himself. What?
I don't know.
He's been on
Insist
tangents
upon
all
himself?
show.
What is that?
It's
I don't
a
even know what to
Family
say.
Guy reference.
You know, it's
there,
not
but-
a good,
No.
not a good movie. Are you freaking kidding
Well,
me?
no, but to take it back, to take it back to Batman,
Jake.
I heard that it's supposed to be,
Shut me in, Jake.
it's supposed to be like
Sounds like a
almost
horror
like the, like a horror movie, like
what the director said.
Should've been.
what's the name of that murderer? The Zodiac Killer. Apparently, the Riddler is supposed to be like the Zodiac Killer.
I would love it. Oh
You
yeah,
know, sign me
yeah.
up. It definitely looks dark. It looks like a
I can't wait.
very
Big
gritty.
villain reveal is gonna be Calendar Man.
There was a few shots that were one-to-one from the comic book panels, which I thought was really interesting. Like, there's a lot of care put in this movie.
Batman's my
It's
favorite.
very
Now, what if
evident.
this fucking movie's a home run?
Yeah.
And you're DC, and you're sitting there with fucking the other DC stuff, and now you're
Scrap
looking
it.
at this, and you're like,
Throw it in the garbage.
maybe this is the direction we
Get
should
rid of it.
go.
Throw it in the
Like
fucking trash.
Get rid of it all. It's
dark, gritty Superman, like
Yeah.
you know, something that's
Yeah.
a little less polished.
You know what I noticed about
Don't try to be
Peacemaker?
Marvel. Marvel can be fucking Marvel. There's enough of it. I don't need anybody else trying to be
No.
them.
dark.
I want to see
gritty,
something a
horror.
little more adult. Fucking yeah. and
Invincible-
gritty.
Well, that's what they're doing with
Invincible tier,
Peacemaker.
you know?
And it seems like they're almost setting the stage that, you know, because they keep mentioning Batman in it. And it's not, you
It's
know,
true,
as
they
if
did
he's
mention a
some,
couple
like it's a comic book.
superheroes.
He'll talk about him as if he's like an actual person that
Yeah.
exists, which
In the
I think
world.
is interesting. They're keeping that.
And it's like which one?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: Peacemaker and Harley Quinn exist in that's that universe, and Harley Quinn exists in the what? The
Ben Affleck.
Superman, Ben Affleck, fucking.
Right.
So I don't know. You know, it's like,
Jared Leto.
what do you do? I'm
They
just
don't know what to
curious.
do.
It's weird. They're trying to start something
I don't
new,
want
which
to.
makes
I
sense.
don't want to see no fucking Batman multiverse with Michael Keaton and George Clooney on the screen with fucking Val Kilmer.
Exactly.
Kilmer
No,
would be good,
exactly.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer back would be hot.
That would be something.
Fuck out of here.
Bring the bat nibs back. In the
No.
multiverse.
Oh no!
No. End the podcast on that. No more fucking bat nipples.
Put us out, Rob.
It's gonna be a
Bastard.
coffin that says Adam West floating through the.
The real question is Rob going to take off for the Royal Rumble?
I don't know.
Wrap
It's
us
the
up.
Royal Rumble from
Send us
2000.
home,
Royal
Rob. Send us
Rumble
home.
from 2000. I mean, thank you guys once again for tuning in for the Break Room Podcast.
Like,
You know, we're gonna do our best to keep these weekly episodes going. Sorry that we were gone for so long. I hope you guys missed us. You
But
can
we're
catch
back.
us. Now we're on Spotify, which is really cool.
yes.
We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Follow, like,
TikTok.
subscribe, do it all. Tell your friends. Tell their friends. Tell their friends. And we're gonna sign out. Thanks, guys, and Snoochie Boochies. May the force be with you.